Welcome back, everybody. And this is the last panel. We have such extraordinary gentlemen with us here tonight. We have a jar of mustard and 3 humans, and then me. I don't count. I'm not a real person. But so it's 2026, man. Like 2025 has to be one of the weirdest years, because if you take it in terms of how the year went, it felt fast. But if you take it in terms of Donald Trump's presidency, it's been 7,000 years.
Yes.
It feels like he's been president for so long.
Yes.
We have 3 more years of this fucking guy. Fuck.
It's been a wonderful year, a beautiful year.
Best year.
Best year.
So we're gonna talk about our favorite things and our most disliked things of 2025. Now, not everybody's gonna have a pick for something because there's no set topics. So we'll talk about movies, TV, things like that, and we'll talk about little hobbies that everybody has that they go through. But to introduce the panel, to my right, as always, the man, the myth, the mustard, Gray Poupée. Gray, how you doing, buddy?
Hey. I'm doing good. Zesty as always. Here for the flavor. Yeah, good times, man. 2026, like that's just crazy. A quarter century gone in the 2000s now. What the
Right?
hell?
Oof. I remember whenever like 2000 was coming and it was like this big fucking deal, like Y2K and just everything. I didn't understand how they thought computers couldn't computate to 0. But hey, who am I? What do I know? I don't know anything. All I know is that I didn't build a bunker and live in it, which was in hindsight a very good decision. I didn't do the buying up things for Y2K. But how was your New Year, Gray? Did you have a good New Year? Did you do anything for it?
It was pretty chill. Like ate some really opulent meal up at the
nice.
parent in-laws. The in-laws, I guess, is how people speak words. So it was kind of awesome. Yeah, I got some prime rib and like some seafood and stuff. So that was awesome. Got a rock in the year quite opulently compared to, my usual pauper meals. So yeah, that was awesome. And then I caught Stranger Things. I really didn't do much.
God. I did not like that. I'm sorry. I did not like that ending, but we'll talk about that later.
Deal.
Warren, how are you, my friend?
I am doing wonderful.
See,
Start off my 2026 with lots of work, pretty much in front of my computer here all day.
How's the sciatica? Is it helping?
It's sore. I decided to go for a walk at the lake with my dad, and all that did was just make it more sore. So
sorry, yeah. But hey, you've been very busy on YouTube, man. You're on your march to 100 subscribers. You've done pretty well in the past couple months.
Yeah, I've I started off 2025 with 5 subs, and now I'm at 82 on my march to 100. I've been doing shorts almost daily, and I'm getting 5 to 1,600 views and impressions. I've got my second spotlight video coming out this Saturday, or coming out tomorrow, and I did a new Comic Wednesday video, which and yeah, things have been going pretty good. I've just been staying at it and going hardcore.
And I mean, even with only, like 80 something subs, your live streams still get more live views than MSK's. So, I mean, you're doing great. You're doing phenomenal, man.
Well, I've got
not only
11 cell phones set up here, and I just watch myself on all 11. So.
I mean, it still counts. It's a different address. But not only are your live streams killing it, but man, you are inspiring a ton with your what are you calling that? The health journey?
I think the health journey. It started off as just a 31-day deal, and then now it's going to be for the rest of the year. Just trying to stay at it, keeping people updated, adding the gym into it once my ass nerve stops hurting, and just trying to stay at it. I've always been a real shut-in kind of person. So part of this journey with comic books is trying to get out there more, because if you want to sell something, you have to be in front of people. Yeah. And this has been very therapeutic, doing a lot of lot of shorts, a lot of videos, and just being out there and letting myself out there, and it's going good.
Yeah, there you go. And speaking of the gym, I mean, I think what kicked this all off is your awesome live stream of the mythology of Jim and MSK's relationship. Where
the Jim SK romance.
I was not even planning to do that. I got done with the drawing that I was doing, and there was a bunch of people, I think 11 people in the room, and someone mentioned Jim and the centaur, and then I just started drawing it. And before I knew it, we've got this masterpiece.
And it's also going to be on shirts and hoodies, because I am getting them done. Because I will forever wear
Jim
this.
SK is going to be recognized.
Hey,
you know,
it's
that
canon
romance
now, so
I mean, it's one of the most beautiful relationships of 2025. I can tell you that. So, down to my left here is Charles. Charles, how are you, sir?
I swear I have different clothes. I feel like every time I'm on this show, this is the combo I'm wearing, because I'm in the video with this configuration.
I mean, gray's a good color.
Hey,
Yeah.
and I feel your plight of being a Mets fan, so I can, you know, always wear that with pride, and as pride I say with indignation.
Yeah, when they start being a good team, I'll put some color into my Mets shirt.
That's so. How was your New Year, man? Did you have a good New Year?
Same shit.
Same shit.
It's new calendar. That's really it.
Yeah. My son, he stayed up. We let him stay up. And when I went to put him to bed, I told him, you know, happy 2026. And he didn't believe me. I think he thought something was going to happen. Because, you know, he's like at 8 years old now. So he's like very inquisitive and remembering things. I don't know what he thought was going to happen. But he understands now the passage of time is just as shitty as it was the day before and the year before. So that was
joined the rest of us.
Yeah, he's joined the rest of us. So our next panelist, Bob, how have you been, man? How was the family? How was your Christmas? How was your New Year?
You know, all of it was great, man. You know, I'm kind of worried because you had mentioned that MSK streams don't get a lot of views. So you're telling me all this clout that I've been chasing for the last year is not doing me any good?
No.
Caught all the clout you can from him.
Oh, man.
Only the other things you're going to catch from.
Yeah.
No, man, everything's good. It was a good time off. Other than really doing Dad's Turn to Talk over on the channel, I kind of took a break. I didn't really review anything. I went and I saw a couple movies on my own without doing a review. I did go see Avatar. I did watch Stranger Things Volume 2, which I reviewed on Dad's Turn to Talk last week. And then I did watch the finale on New Year's Eve. We'll talk about that later next week on the show. I actually liked the finale better than Volume 2. I had some problems with it, but overall I was pleased with it. But there are definitely some plot holes on it. It was not a perfect ending by any means. Anybody who said it was a perfect ending is fooling themselves.
Well, since that's the sub, let's just go right in. We'll do that. We'll get that out of the way. For anybody who's watched it, my main problem is like they brought together a lot of season 1 with season 5. They were showing a lot, and those are two entirely opposite shows. None of them mean anything to each other. And you look at it and you're like, yeah, I remember whenever this show was really good. Like the first season, I think is excellent. I think it's a great, it's a phenomenal season. But dude, it was all CGI. It was all CGI, and it was not good CGI either. It was not good. You go from like this, I know it's a character's journey and I get it, but fucking Nancy Wheeler wielding a fucking semi-automatic machine gun shooting the fucking giant fucking spider that was supposed to be in Superman Returns, you know?
Yeah, that was one of the problems I had too. I did not like where they took Nancy Wheeler's character. They practically turned her into Rambo, and I was kind of like, this is kind of ridiculous. Also, during that final fight, where were all the Demogorgons? Where were all the villains trying to protect Vecna? They weren't anywhere around.
And Vecna himself, what a pussy.
You know, I was glad that they at least didn't make him a sympathetic villain, because there was a lot of rumor going around that they were going to try to make him the misunderstood character that He wasn't really a villain at all. It turned out he really was just a straight up bad guy. So I liked that they didn't try to alter that. I also really liked the very last scene of the show. I was really pleased with that.
That was good
because it basically ended where it started, and so I thought that was really cool. I also liked how at the end where you see the new generation of kids coming down into the basement to start playing Dungeons and Dragons. So there were a lot of things that I really liked, but there were also some things I was like, ah. But I guess given where Volume 2 took it, I think that they were going to have trouble sticking the landing, period. Plus, this show was so popular, I don't know if they were going to make everybody happy to begin with anyway. It was just, it was an impossible task to do.
There was just like Will's coming out scene was so just ridiculous.
Yeah.
And then you find out like it took them 14 hours to film it. And you're like, what?
The problem I had with it was
they had just done done a similar scene already and like revealed it, and I think they did it in a way more tasteful way.
Are you talking about episode 4?
Yeah,
I think
like
whatever they were
that's
in the
what
tunnel,
I was going to say. Yeah, because it felt redundant because they had already had a scene where Will came to an understanding and acceptance of himself in episode 4, and that was I thought done much better. And he had that whole speech from Robin about how it wasn't what other people thought about him. It was only about how he felt about himself and accepted himself. And then instead we get to episode 7. Now we're making it about what everybody else thinks about him. And so, yeah, I thought it was a redundant scene, and it was not done well in episode 7 the way that it was done in episode 4.
And then the end. Sorry, I'm just reading the comments. Sorry.
I started chuckling at that earlier too.
The world is ending, and Will's like, "Everybody, sit down. Guess what, everybody? I don't like girls." And you're like, "Shut the fuck up, kid. Nobody cares."
What?
No,
I will give it to do with the upside down.
I mean, so the one thing that I will give that is at least it played like an actual scene, where like everything else from this season just played like weird exposition, and then they're using random objects to explain other objects, and it felt like it was the same scene being parodied a whole bunch of times. Just, man, I think it's the way that they cut up the season. It just felt like they kept hitting the same beats time after time instead of giving us kind of something worthwhile. And I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Your mileage may vary in this, but it felt like all the stakes were taken away. And I want, people not just being teased that something bad could happen. I don't know. I think at the very least, Gelman should have had to sacrifice himself.
Anything. I give this season like a thumbs down. I just did not like it. And believe me, Will being gay has nothing to do with me not liking it. I disliked it way before that. It's like, that was just like, all right, whatever, dude. Like, nobody knew you were gay. Okay, dude.
No, we've known for several seasons that he was gay. It's not like it was a hidden secret or something like that. People who are coming out saying, "Oh, I didn't know he was gay. This came out of nowhere." No, they had been hinting at it for quite a while. They even have a scene in season 3 where he's upset at Will and Lucas because they don't want to play Dungeons and Dragons. And he's like, "Look, it's not my fault you don't like girls." I mean, they had already hinted at that. And then they hinted at it all through season 4 that he had a crush on Mike. I mean, this isn't a surprise.
When they're in the van and he literally turns and starts biting his fingers, looking out the window like, "I'm so gay, I'm so gay, I'm so gay." Like, who cares, dude? Who gives a shit? Nobody cares anymore. You're gay. Cool. All right, whatever. Move on. Like, that's awesome. Like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah. Without giving like way too many spoilers, I guess we've probably given enough, but I've just got so many questions as to how things worked out. Kind of along the lines of what Walter's saying. Like, so how the hell did she get there? Especially when anyway. But whatever. I can see what they're going for. I think a lot of people were pleased with it, so they're at least semi-successful with it.
Anyway. All right. So let's go right into TV shows.
All right.
or series or anything like that? Gray, do you have? I'm sure you have a list of things.
I do. I don't think I captured like everything that I watched, but I watched a shitload of TV this last year, 2025, because my wife happened to break her leg, and it was a lot easier to watch those than try and cart her ass to a movie theater. But
it's probably easier to make her watch what you wanted to watch. Also, you just throw the remote.
I would just take the remote away. It was great. I think there's a bunch of them, and I'm not hearing a lot of the praise for a good portion of these, which kind of sucks. There's one of them that, if it's not my favorite, it's like my second favorite thing that I watched all of last year, and my God, nobody has said a damn thing about it. So it's by the same studio that did Scavenger's Reign, which is this Netflix show that got canceled that deserved way more. It's an adult animated show. But instead, they went a completely different route. It's not as much sci-fi. Instead, it's kind of more the medical industry, but common side effects. It's again an adult cartoon. This one was on HBO. Man, it is awesome. Just the comedy hits on point, and then a whole lot of the messages that they're doing on this. But if you want an animated adult version, an exploration, if you will, into the medical field, specifically pharmaceuticals, it's kind of awesome. It's like part of what I wanted them to get into, and a bunch of other shows. But man, they're able to go there with common side effects. I just hear nobody talking about it. But do yourself a favor, watch it. I think you'll enjoy it.
Cool. Mine's easy. I don't watch a lot, but I am a massive sucker for like anything ninjas and samurai, and I loved Last Samurai Standing. It was such a ridiculous
It was really
show,
fun.
but it was fun, and I loved it. And that was probably my favorite show or series that I watched this year, because I don't really watch a lot of actual like television. So that's, do you have any more, Gray, or sorry, I cut you off, I think.
Oh yeah, I got a shitload, but I'll let you guys go. Charles, Will, excuse me. I know you enjoy yourself some television programming. Anything you actually enjoyed this last year?
Not that I expected to, but Dexter Resurrection was something that it's got me pleased that it exists, and I guess looking forward to whatever the hell they have up their sleeve, although I feel like they're going to wear out their welcome. Whatever they did.
It was better than it had any right to be. Like, with young Dexter being so, I don't know, hit or miss, I just thought there's no way they could make this work. But I enjoyed much of it. I wish the ending was just a little bit stronger, but it got me sold.
Did he sail off into a tidal wave?
Not this season. We're hoping for next season.
Okay.
Well, he was sailing, so you don't know. There's still the potential of a tidal wave. The Studio, which is an Apple Plus Seth Rogen series comedy, that is like, it feels like if you're a film fan, it's kind of like inside baseball for you, and that was a pleasant surprise. That
one's also on my list. Both of those are on my list, but man, just what they're able to do to teach you about kind of the film industry and what goes on behind the scenes.
What was it called?
The Studio.
The Studio. Yeah, okay. Sorry. Okay. It's kind of a small one because it's Apple, but and it's Seth Rogen, so kind of two hurdles to get over. But it's totally worth seeing, man. It'll kind of give you a new perspective on it, and just the one episode. Well, first off, I want a Kool-Aid movie. We need a Kool-Aid movie based
directed by Scorsese.
Oh, please. It would be great. But
like about the Kool-Aid Man?
Yeah. Or Jonestown, either way.
Jonestown. Yeah.
But they have this one episode as well that's all about a one take or a oneer, and man, what they're able to pull off with that is just kind of magic. I would recommend seeing that if you like things that are funny. But sorry, Charles, I will stop talking over you now.
No, I was just going to say Andor is probably, in combination with season 1, like the complete series, if you will, is probably the best Star Wars in the Disney era.
Yes, it is. It's by far the best Star Wars in the Disney era.
Again, I'm just kind of saying the exact same thing, but yeah, season 2 was my favorite Star Wars trilogy. It's just amazing. Like, they basically break up 3 episodes into an actual then there's a time jump in between each one of them, so it feels like it's 3 really cohesive movies that are just amazing. If you haven't seen it, do yourself a favor, watch Andor.
Just
I like
mind
season
you,
2 more than 1, but
season
still 1 is great.
The beginning is a little bit slow, but it pays off. Like the first few episodes until they get to the woods where they all meet up. It's a little bit slow, but it pays off. I think tremendously. I loved that show. I thought it was awesome.
Yeah,
that's a very good pick. Very.
It fits for everyone too, because it's kind of mature without having like cursing and dicks in it. It's like it's something for everyone. I don't know if like little kids will have a good time with it, but fuck those kids. They got plenty of shit to look at.
Yeah,
leave the kids alone.
I said this about it. I was like, it's a Disney budget show without feeling Disney.
Yeah.
But if you do want to have a Star Wars show for the kids, the other one that kind of got overlooked is Skeleton Crew. If you're a fan of those like 80s kind of adventure things, man, it is like right on par with a bunch of them. It's pulling from like the Navigators, the Explorers, Flight of the Navigator, like a ton of these kind of 80s coming of age kind of exploration movies. And man, I would definitely highly recommend that if you're done with Andor.
Yeah. Walter in the chat says, I'll give it more thought, but one show I recommend is The Lowdown with Ethan Hawke. It was a really good show on FX. And he also says that The Pit should be watched by everyone.
The Pit's amazing. I got to check The Lowdown.
What's The Pit? I don't know what that is.
The Pit is basically
is that
24 meets ER.
Is that the one with the guy, the actual dude from ER?
Yeah, what it is it's a real-time format show where every episode is 1 hour of a shift. And as a nurse, I can tell you it is pretty accurate. It's
24 meets. Okay, I see.
Yeah,
gotcha.
In fact, that Walter mentioned that's actually one of the ones I have on my list. The Pit. I think The Pit is an extremely good show. The first season blew me away. I really liked it. Again, I like that real-time format because 24 was my all-time favorite show for the longest time. And yeah, I love that real-time format. And then it's a lot more accurate than say ER or some of these others. And again, as a nurse, I could really relate to it. I kept telling one of my nurse friends about it. And I was like, you need to watch this. She watched a couple of episodes and she messages me back. She's like, oh my God, I'm getting PTSD watching this thing because that's my ER shift now, every time I was in the ER.
Now, I was a huge 24 fan. And whenever I was doing the podcast for Lost, we had a character or a thing that was about Jack Bauer's anus because he never took a shit. Do any of these people take a shit in the 24 hours that they are working?
No, because he didn't eat either.
You see them go take a piss.
Jack Bauer ate food. I've seen it. I have seen Jack Bauer eat jerky. I have seen him eat a Twinkie. He needs to shit.
I have seen him take a piss in the.
That's gonna be the last season. So. Just them taking shits. It's been 7 years. That's cool though. I do want to watch something. So I have seen commercials for The Pit, and I might check that out because that sounds pretty sweet. I like the 24 format of like it being real time an hour. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, if you like that, then I don't necessarily say you had to like ER, but if you thought it was kind of entertaining, then yeah, this will be right up your alley because it's that medical drama meets 24.
Okay. All right. Charles, do you have any more?
A couple of light comedies that, they're half an hour shows, so you don't really have to devote too much time to it. And both of them are relatively short in their series. Chad Powers, which is on Disney Plus. I think it's only 6 episodes. Good time. If you're a sports fan, it'll make sense to you. And I just railed through both seasons of Tires on Netflix, which is with Shane Gillis. It's again, I wouldn't put too much. Yeah, I wouldn't put too much pressure on either one of those shows, but they're light and they're fun.
Well, the Chad Powers thing is funny just because I watched Eli and Peyton's Places. So like when Eli did the Chad Powers thing and it blew up, and they actually the guy who is Chad Powers in this show bought the licensing for the character and made a show about it, and it was just like.
Oh, I think they're executive producers. I think they have a piece of it.
They probably do. Yeah, they probably do. That like it just that was always so funny to me, and I did like the show. I thought it was cool. It was a good show. Liked it. Bob?
Say, Charles, now that you've watched Tires, are you gonna watch the other show by the Austin guys out there? Are you gonna watch Bad Thoughts? Tom Segura's Bad Thoughts on Netflix?
I guess I will now.
I think you should. It's sketch comedy. I know how much you love that.
Sketch comedy.
It's a entire series of sketch comedy.
It's actually pretty quality. I like it. It's going to gross out a lot of people, but man, ooh. I'm kind of here for it. Bad Thoughts is it sticks with me.
It's gross out?
Parts of it are, yeah, sure. Huh. Parts of it are very cinematic in nature.
I don't know what that says about me, that I was intrigued. I wasn't intrigued until you said people would be grossed out by it. So something's wrong with me.
Well, literally a couple of the sketches were written because he wanted to answer the question, how can I gross out my mother? And he found
it. So, Bob, do you have any other ones besides The Pit?
Yeah. Again, another one of the ones that I had on my list was already mentioned. That was Last Samurai Standing. I thought that was really good. Welcome to Derry. I had a good time with that one. I thought it was much better than I expected it to be. And I'm not even a huge fan of the It movies, but I did like that. I mean, it's not that I don't dislike them. I'm just not a huge fan, but I liked the show. I thought it was a good time.
I like the It fan base railing against the Stranger Things fan base. Like, don't ever talk about Pennywise and Vecna in the same sentence. Your stupid Vecna's fucking stupid. I'm like, all right, this is
it's funny because they are going after each other.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Funny. Let's see. I liked Tulsa King season 3. Anytime I get to see Stallone as a gangster, I'm gonna have a good time with that.
How is that? A lot of people talk about that. I haven't watched any of it.
I think it's pretty good. Most of the episodes are easy watches. They usually run anywhere from 35 to 45 minutes an episode, so they're pretty easy to watch.
I hear a lot about that and Landman.
Yeah, well, that's another one I got on my list is Landman. I do think season 1 is better than season 2 so far. I do like season 2, but I understand some of the criticisms behind it because there's a lot of mixed reviews on season 2. But I think Landman season 1 was really, really good. I mean, technically it came out last year, but the finale and a couple of episodes bled into this year. So,
cool. Are they only on like episode 7 or something? So I think they've still got like
they still got they just finished episode 7. They still got 3 more to go for season 2. So
I mean, I get some of the people's criticism. It is basically like a soap opera for men, like most of Taylor Sheridan's stuff. But man, I still like it more than most of his other soap operas.
I do too. I'm having a good time with it, so I'm not complaining about it. I also liked Mobland. I thought that was a pretty good show with Pierce Brosnan and Tom Hardy and Helen Mirren. I thought that was a good one.
Oh, that sounds
again much better than I expected it to be. I liked House of David. I've mentioned it before on this show that I thought the battle sequences in that were much better than I expected, and I put them up against any big budget production. And one of the things I liked about it is that we got season 1 and season 2 both within 2025. So
epic.
So I thought that. Oh, you got to see it?
Yes.
Yeah. So the battle sequences are really good.
I didn't get to watch season 2 because it was on the service. What is that?
It's on the Wonder Project add-on.
Yeah,
you can do a 7-day free trial,
so I could watch it, and it was worth it. So, but I think you can get like a free trial for it. So.
That's what I did just to watch that, and then I canceled. But yeah, so dude, you're right, man. The way that's filmed and the scope of everything, and the fact that they don't CGI people except for like Goliath and stuff like that. They had something. I think they had something like 4,000 extras on one of the special features. They had like 4,000 people lined up. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it really surprised me the quality that was put into it, because when that's what really blew me away. And then it actually touched on some portions of David's life that I didn't expect them to, and then when they did touch on it, they didn't water it down. So that I really liked. Is that, I mean, this was a definite, darker look at a Bible story and a better interpretation of it. So I liked that. I also liked Dexter Resurrection. Like you, Charles, I thought this was much better than I expected. It was probably this is probably what I thought, or what I had hoped New Blood would be. So, and this was much, much better. Hopefully they'll keep it going in the right direction. I am excited to see where it goes, but
so
I've got my fingers crossed on that.
Do they do the zombie season? Like, is Dexter Zombie going to happen?
I mean, he's been resurrected. So.
I hope so, man. Because when all else fails, you do a zombie season. That's how that's how you fix everything.
And then the last show that I had on my list was American Primeval, which came out at the beginning of 2025. Was again better than I expected. A real dark, gritty Western. I liked that.
Oh, yeah.
Why should a January show be that good? It's about the weird, I think they call it the Utah Massacre or something like that. But man, it is kind of awesome, especially who they got to play.
Netflix.
What's his name? Brigham Young. And
okay.
Now I'm blanking on his name. He's the dude from Sons of Anarchy, though. But yeah, I hadn't seen him in kind of that role before. And then the actual lead dude, I'm blanking on his name, but man,
Taylor
it's John Carter from Mars. I'm glad that he finally got to show a little bit more range. It was an awesome franchise that is dope. They never let stand. What can I say?
A franchise that is one movie.
Exactly. But it deserved so many
He
more.
has that jumping
instead
scene.
We got 3 Rebel Moons.
It'll never fail.
The John Carver Mars people said that was stealing from Star Wars, when actually the book was written before, and George Lucas probably took from it. So it was
well, and you can tell that Snyder took from it heavily when he did his Rebel Moon series.
Hold on. Guys, no spoilers for House of David. I'm still binging the Bible.
Well, I mean, a lot of people have resolutions. I think we can guess what yours might be, but we'll keep the spoilers to a minimum.
Well, you should do is, if you have any questions about the Bible, you should go to the resident expert. He has 3 initials. It's MSK. He is amazing when it comes to the Bible. He knows absolutely nothing and everything at the same time.
He is a scholar. He will help you with pronunciation as well.
Oh, sure.
But yeah, American Primeval. It came and it went before a lot of people were talking about it. It seemed like, I think it was January of last year.
Yeah, it was in January.
On Netflix, and man, so good. That one definitely deserves to be on the list.
I'm wondering if it's one of those that they just didn't know if it was going to hit or not, and they're like, okay, well, we'll just drop it in January and not even worry about it. But yeah, I remember seeing when that came out, I was like, all right, this looks kind of interesting. And sure enough, I watched it and I binged through it. I thought it was good.
So, Warren, do you have any picks, or do you have any comments on any of the stuff that guys had mentioned?
Well, I don't get to watch a lot of TV, but I did get to see some stuff, and I'd have to say Invincible season 3 was great. I'm loving that series. It's coming straight from the comic books. They do a little bit of tweaks, but it's mostly page for page, which is great. Welcome to Derry had kind of a Penguin effect on me, where I wasn't a big fan of the movies, but then when I watched Welcome to Derry, I was like, this makes everything a lot better. It even put him above Tim Curry for me. The Chosen season 5 was really, really good. Chosen season 5 was really good. American Primeval So yeah, there was some really good stuff out there.
I'm one of those people that likes the Stephen King TV movies because they're just so bad.
Oh yeah,
they're just so bad. And it was so bad. It was so bad, dude. Tim
Curry did the best he could for being a TV movie that was PG-13 that had no budget. Like I thought he was scarier than Skarsgård in the two It movies, but then when I watched Welcome to Derry, they put a whole new layers onto Pennywise, and it was a lot better that you almost forget about how he's actually defeated in the novels. So we won't get into that because of YouTube and censorship.
You mean the
power of friendship, if you will.
Yes, the power of multiple friendships.
But yeah, that was way better than it deserved to be. Especially when you hear that they're kind of going back in time with it, and then they're also going to bring in like legacy characters. Like you get to see Dick Hallorann. Like, why would you want to see Dick Hallorann in it? But somehow
there was a lot of Dick Hallorann
in that novel. Yes, they cut that out for the movies, but it's just kind of interesting. Like I wouldn't have thought that we'd get to see that character and that it would work. But yeah, I think that was way better than it deserved to be. I reluctantly watched it and was totally won over.
Well, that's good. I mean, I think there was a lot more stuff out there that was good than people realized. Probably, because 2025 was the worst year for the box office, and like I said, I think the world is just changing, and I think the film industry is changing. Me, Gray, and Charles, we've talked about this a lot. It's just something that's changing. It's just like how the music industry changed. Like it's like the sales now of songs, MP3s. It doesn't really even matter. It doesn't even drop in the bucket anymore. You know what I mean? Like it just doesn't. Touring is where it's at, and sponsorships, and all of those things are just taking over. It's like making a movie. Like people don't remember, like in the Man of Steel, like Pepsi, like or Coke, whatever one it was, like they paid a fuck ton of money to be in that movie, and
just imagine
Krispy Kreme, stuff like that, like go ahead, Gray, sorry.
Like entire movies that are like just ads though, like essentially War of the Worlds. I don't know if you guys have indulged in what could be like
Ice
the
Cube,
perfect worst movie ever.
Ice Cube in like the CGI room.
All it is an ad for Amazon though. Like it is so weird. I understand they're paying themselves for it, but man, just ugh.
You have to watch it. They have like Amazon drivers, dude. Like I'm not even gonna ruin it. Just go watch it.
They ruin their.
Sorry for derailing you. You were talking about great television, and you're right, man. I actually think I have more positives on the television side or series side than I do on movies.
It's one of the things with streaming. Not everyone has HBO Max. Not everybody has Netflix. So it's like there's some great shows coming out. Now, back in the day, it was all funneled through cable television. Now you get a show like The Pit, unless you have HBO Max, you might not even heard about it unless you find a clip of it on YouTube, and it's like, it spreads everything out so much that you're going to people are missing a lot of good stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. There's going to be a point in time where it's one giant conglomerate, you know what I mean? Like there's going to be a service that somehow licenses all of it. And you're going to be able to see it on some sort of service. That's what they're heading.
And then you're going to be able to flip through the channels, and it'll be
cable.
Wait a minute.
It's just going to come back in a full circle.
I mean, I hope it goes to like over the air, and I go in like 2030 and have to go buy rabbit ears. That's my dream.
Awesome.
Back to 5 channels again. Only like 4 of them work.
Dude, like I know this sounds ridiculous, but there were 2 channels in my area when I was a very small kid that I remember at midnight. They would be like, "And we're signing off," and then it would be done.
I remember those sign-off cards.
Yeah,
mainly for movies, but I swear I experienced that in real life.
You probably did.
Hey, Labs, you asked us all like what our favorite shows were. You didn't mention any.
Yeah, I did.
You have any?
I had the Last Samurai Standing.
Oh, you're totally right. You did.
Yeah, I just haven't. I haven't.
That one was fun.
I haven't watched that many. The American Primeval I started watching, and then that was something me and my wife were gonna watch, and she ended up liking it so much when I fell asleep, she watched it all. So then I was like, fuck it.
Yeah, it's dead to me. Yeah, I've definitely been there before.
So I mean, I'll probably watch it. I will probably watch all the stuff that I've watched. TV for me is something like if my mother wants to do something, like that's how me and her spend time together. So everything I've watched is from like 1970 to fucking like 1986. You know, so
I will say there's an honorable mention, and I called honorable mention because it still has 4 episodes left. House of Asher, if you're a Spartacus fan, starts off a little bit slow. Production value is not quite as good as the original series, but it is it's grown on me. 6 episodes in, very, very interesting. If you like Spartacus, you'll probably like this too.
I am Spartacus. Are you Spartacus?
I am
not.
Damn it. Mustard. But yeah, I had a bunch of everything that everybody up here said, but I got a couple that we didn't mention. I really dug White Lotus season 3. That might be like hit or miss with some people.
What is that? I don't even know what that is.
Oh, you don't know about Mike White? So yeah, it's this show. It always takes place at a resort, and it seems to be going to a different country, different luxurious.
It was Thailand this year.
Each season, yeah, this one was Thailand, and it had a bunch of really awesome. Actually, every season has a bunch of amazing actors in it, but that one, it just kind of gets under my skin. I think I've thought about that show more than.
So it's a guy at a resort.
So
there's a lot of nudity. You'd dig it.
Each season is kind of contained in itself. You don't need to watch it all in a row because that's what I was told. So I watched season 3 first, and I enjoyed it. I actually prefer season 3 as opposed to the other 2. And I was told that season 3 is the worst, and it kind of, I don't know.
So what is it about, Charles? Sorry.
So a bunch of different families, whatever, go to a resort, and they have issues. And you try to figure out, it's something of a whodunit, right, Gray? Or you're trying to figure out.
Yeah, there's always kind of a mystery that's going on. And the way that it kind of unveils the story, sometimes it kind of shows you glimpses of what is going to happen. And then you got to kind of piece it together. But man, it is a fun ride. It is somebody who had a definite vision, and it just seems like he's at the peak of expressing it.
Max.
Max?
Is it Max? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's Mike White. He's done a whole bunch of films, but the one that you'd probably be the most familiar with is oh god damn it, School of Rock. It's kind of
cool.
His huge one. It's nothing like School of Rock, but
I'll check it out just because you guys. I like whodunits, but I will check it out.
I like nudity, so
yeah, it's not really a whodunit. It's more like oh, they're doing it.
No, but figuring something out, like anything that has some sort of mystery. It doesn't have to be a murder. Anything that has any type of like mystery to it, I like watching that type of stuff.
But yeah, there were a bunch of other awesome ones this year. A few of them kind of dropped the ball. I'd say Cobra Kai didn't end as strongly as it could have. Yellow Jackets could have been a lot stronger. I've enjoyed other seasons of both of those more in the past. Stranger Things, kind of the same deal. But yeah, Bad Thoughts I thought was interesting as far as like sketch comedy goes. Like, man, they went to places that I did not think they would go. Both seasons of South Park that they kind of did this year, they both went so hard. And then there was one.
Didn't South Park have like one of those made for Paramount Plus specials too this year? Didn't they have one?
And I think one of the seasons was like 4 episodes.
So fucking funny, dude. I was dying when I watched. I can't remember what it was, but I remember my buddy John was like, "Hey, you got to watch this," and I did end up watching it. I remember laughing really hard.
Yeah, those dudes are like killing it. And then the only other one that I think I need to shout out is one that shouldn't be as good as it is. It's a legacy thing that for some reason they're bringing back. And like, why would you bring back anything more than a decade later? Like, it doesn't make sense. It shouldn't be good, but man, I really enjoyed the King of the Hill season
a lot of
14,
people
where
did,
they
man.
just brought it back.
And that goes to show you that even like there you could still make entertainment for both sides of the spectrum. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't have to be this left or this right. It could be either or, and there's a
Men
fan base
and women?
for it. Right. There doesn't have to be doesn't have to be like, you know, this in the middle of everything to where your show is so fucking ridiculous that nobody likes it. You know.
Oh,
So
that reminds me, there is a ridiculous show that I like that apparently a lot of people don't. I am a simp for this, so it makes sense. Everything that is in this franchise, I will defend. But Alien Earth, I really dug it. What they were able to do with just like practical effects and like rebuilding practical sets. Man, there's at least one episode in there that's it's up there as far as, I don't know, some of the most beautiful stuff that I've seen in the Alien franchise. That being said, the whole season was not super consistent, and I can see why a lot of people don't like it. But man, I had a great time with it.
So before we get into movies, which is like one of the biggest subjects that people like to talk about, I'm just going to do this real quick because not everybody here. But my favorite comic book of this year, by far, it's not even close, was Rook Exodus. It's just not even. It's just not even close. Like it's such a complete. The first volume and subsequently the next issues that came up to 9 so far. But volume 1, it's first of all, it's beautiful to look at. It's just some of the best art that's around. And John's, for all his faults that people have with him, there's not many people that can create worlds like he does. Man, it's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. This is you don't even have to really be into comic books to like this.
Yeah.
Like that's how good this was. Like you can read this and just be marveled at what you're looking at and just the story itself. If you like any type of sci-fi type of thing, you will love this. So yeah. Warren, what was your favorite comic book? So go ahead, Greg. Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
Sorry, I was just gonna say, I hear what you're saying on that, and it is, I think, my second favorite comic book that I discovered last year. But there's one of them that just outshined a little bit. So I'm going to say yes to everything that you said, except for there's one that's just a little bit better. And man, if you go over to globalcomics.com right now, because he is so magnanimous, Warren did, at least as of this morning when I was reading it, he has all of the episodes up, all the issues ready to go, and they're free of charge right now. I believe that was his birthday gift to all of us.
I'm waiting for this. I'm waiting for this.
Just saying,
and Warren knows that. So that's not. I'm not discounting it. It's just we are going to review it, and it's not on my actual, list because I'm waiting that it might be on my 2026 list.
Thank you, Greg.
Well, I think it'll be on everyone's list. You should go on over to globalcomics.com and search for The Adventures of Sig and Joe, because, man, this will be on the top of your list for 2026. I'm telling you.
It's pretty dope. I do have a big write-up for the first issue. I've already done, but I'm saving that for when we actually review it. But Warren, what was your favorite comic of this year?
Hold on a second. Thank you, Gray.
Besides The Adventures of Sig and Joe.
Well, Rook was definitely up there. I think the Transformers series is the best of the year. And also Absolute Batman. The whole Absolute series are good, but Absolute Batman, Transformers, and Rook Exodus are the 3 best things that I've read all year. Transformers has actually revitalized the entire franchise out of even more than comic books. There's going to be a cartoon coming out. There's talks of more movies. And what Daniel Warren Johnson and Kirkman have done with that one is just amazing. Absolute Batman, the Absolute series sold like 8.3 million copies so far. 30% of that was Absolute Batman. It's bringing people back into comic books. Their first taste of Batman is actually Absolute. And then Rook Exodus is the one, like the best comic you've never heard of. It's an amazing sci-fi series. It should get a television or movie treatment. It's just so good. So those are my top 3 for the year.
Yeah, it's just one of those, there's a couple of other ones that I really liked. Now, don't get me wrong, I liked the Absolute Universe. I love that, but I look at that as like something that came out before this year. But yes, if I was just talking about stuff that I read, that would definitely be in there. Absolute Batman, Absolute Superman, Absolute Wonder Woman, and Absolute Flash are just phenomenal books. I don't know. Did you guys read? I know, Charles, you probably didn't read any comic books this year.
That is fair.
Bob, you read Rook Exodus.
Yeah, that's my favorite comic that I read this year.
But did you actually like it? Put it that way.
You know, I did. I did like it. Like when we talked about it on the show, I think I remember saying that I thought that was the type of comic that could be made into a movie. Just the style of it, the story, the visuals. I thought it was really good. So yeah, if I had read other comics, I could see that this would probably be towards the top of my list. But yeah, that was the only one I read this year.
So anything you guys do in your hobby life? Is there anything like that you guys do? Like I collect shoes. I collect lots and lots of shoes.
In pairs though, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
For me, I like to donate some of my time to charity. That's why I do the MSK show every Monday.
Oh, yeah. The charity that doesn't give back. It's yeah.
I mean, that's honorable of you. I've been court ordered, so that's the only reason why I'm there.
To be honest, movies are really my hobby, and I kind of turned that into a whole YouTube thing. So I mean, my hobbies become work. So, which is fun. I'm enjoying that.
Like, I am very into Jordans. I buy a lot of them, like a lot. I bought a lot this year, like a ridiculous amount. So, but I did have some favorites. But anyway, movies. Let's get into movies, guys. Movies. Oh boy, I'm not even going to talk because I don't really watch that many movies.
You saw at least 2 last year.
We'll let. No, I saw more than 2, but we'll let Gray go.
At least
I did see at least 2, but we'll let the Gray. You could start off with the movie.
That's very magnanimous of you. Yet again. Yeah, I saw a ton. I don't know. I think it was 155 new releases for 2025, and then I'm still catching up on like 5 or 6 of them. So the absolute ones might change, but
that's only one shoe, you liar.
Well, do you want me to hold up 2? I'll hold up 2.
Well, I mean, how do we know you got 2?
Here's another one. You're right,
color.
man. You're right. You're right. I robbed a one-legged man who had the best right shoe collection in the world. So I was only able to afford the left. So, but yes, this is the same. This is a Jordan 5. There are many releases, but this is a different colorway. Anyway, go ahead. I will just show these while you're talking, Gray.
In single.
Yeah, nice Jordans. Yeah, we like your shoe. Single. Yeah, there's a couple of films that I got to see.
Both of them. So would you want me to put my feet up in the air? I mean, I can't do it.
You wear them or something.
I do wear them. You can see by the bottoms. I do wear them.
I'm just giving you a hard time.
I know you are. You don't want to know what I paid for shoes either.
I don't. That's true.
But you also don't want to know how much money I made off of selling shoes this year. You would probably get very irritated.
Yeah, maybe I don't.
Another business?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, dude. I've sold autographed Jordan 1s for over $20K. Yeah.
Damn.
Yep.
Like
so I don't have any real hobbies then, it turns out.
Go ahead, movies.
Well, I guess one of my hobbies is going to movies, and because of this whole YouTube thing, and I guess the power of friendship, I was able to parlay that into seeing a couple of special films this year that unfortunately aren't really available for mass consumption. Charles was very magnanimous. Everyone is magnanimous today, but Charles was very magnanimous last year, where he let me review some Fantastic Fest, which is this cool festival of pretty much horror movies that takes place in Austin. We were able to review a few of them, but man, there's 2 of them that both say that they were released in September, and I haven't been able to see since then. I think they're in the top of my list, but without being able to see them a second time, I don't know if I'm just giving them so much love because I got kind of like an exclusive view on it. But there's this one that's so Tarantino-esque that has to deal with kind of AI and technology and the threat that it could be. Just, man, it really affected me. Like, I'm still thinking about this film, and damn, that was what, like 4 months ago, 5 months ago, something like that. But it's called Apopheniacs. If you get a chance, do no research on it. Just watch it. I think you'll enjoy it if you enjoy Tarantino movies. And then the second one is this amazing Spanish film that's I don't know how exactly you describe it, but it's kind of a quest for an object, the titular object. It's a Luger, it's a pistol. But man, that one just, I absolutely love that film. And I've been trying to get my hands on it. It says it released worldwide in September, but I cannot find it anywhere. But that film, it may be the most powerful film I saw this last year. Just it's really stuck with me, again, off of just one viewing. So those are the main two that I have to see again. But other than that, I'm sure it's a bunch of them that you've heard from everybody else. But I can't be the only one who watched movies this last year. Warren,
well,
did you have any movies that you enjoyed?
We have a super chat. And is that right? Is that $45?
I think so.
They're Danish kroners.
That's
so
45.
yes, if you're
Danish kroner.
And says, I think 2025 was the best year for me to learn how to make creme brulee. And that was from
I am so jealous. Creme brulee is awesome. If you can make it actually form that amazing like glass-like layer that you can crack.
Is that thing with you hit it with a spoon on top?
Yeah, that's just
I mean, you can use a spoon, but
that's
it's just melted sugar.
Yeah.
But there's an art to it, man. I have a blowtorch. I have the little, whatever you want to call them, cups. I can brulee, but ramekins. That's it.
Yeah.
I've
made thousands of creme brulees.
What can I say? I don't get it right ever. So I'm blaming the altitude, but I am jealous of you, Marcy.
Well, how do you
Congrats on your brulee skills.
How close are you?
To the sun? Too close.
Oh, okay. Is that why you got to wear shades?
I have to. Well, that and, to keep
your
the haters
future is
at bay.
so bright.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Well, this year for movies, I didn't get to see definitely not as many as you, Gray. But superhero movies, I liked Superman. F1 was amazing. Sinners was really good. And the surprise to me was K-pop Demon Hunters, which was so much better than I thought it would be. It had me humming the music long after I watched it, and I got my nephew hooked on it, and my brother's still mad at me because he watches it nonstop. But yeah, that movie was surprisingly well done. And then, Sinners was I watched it late, but it was a delight, and I really, really liked F1. F1 was probably one of the better all-around films I watched this year.
No, that's F1 was a good movie. It was a good movie. Yeah. I haven't watched as many movies. I'll just go. I liked Sinners a lot, really a lot. I actually liked that movie quite a bit. I liked the Wake Up Dead Man or whatever that was. The
Knives Out movie. Yeah.
Knives Out movie. I like those movies. I know some people don't.
You're
but
a fan
I do.
of Benoit Blanc?
Me? Yeah. Mm-hmm. I like stupid murder mystery movies. I don't know. I just do. My movie taste is not probably to most people's, it just doesn't ring true with most people. The movies I watched this year, almost 90% of them were in black and white, and they were from the 40s and 50s. So, I mean, that's, most of them. I watched Casablanca again this year. I watched Maltese Falcon. I watched The Whistler 1, 2, and 3, which I really like. Yeah. So I don't really watch I didn't really care for the superhero movies this year. I did enjoy Superman. I did like that. But like the Marvel movies, I thought what was it? The Thunderbolts, I thought that was an okay movie up until the end. I just didn't like how they ended it. And
yeah, it didn't stick the landing on that one, but before that was really good.
Yeah, and for me, I did not like Fantastic Four. And it just, for me, like it's just one of those things that's like, and that's more of a personal taste. It's more of a personal taste though with Fantastic Four, because it feels like that franchise is cursed. It just like, they had if they would have just followed the easiest road and just doing Hickman's Fantastic Four, it would have been perfectly easy for them to do, and it would have been a great story and still could have had Galactus. But no, you just gotta fucking make the most boring fucking snooze fest of all time.
He could have done worse.
No, right, he was not a cloud. He definitely wasn't. Yeah, but you know, I can understand people liking the movie though. Like
I did like Pedro Pascal as Mr. Fantastic a lot more than I thought I would. But I like the movie myself. But yeah.
So like here's the thing, Warren. You've been reading Hickman's Fantastic Four, and that's like how I look at the Fantastic Four, right? That's how I see them. So when you see Pedro Pascal and you've read Hickman's read, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you look at Pedro Pascal in any way and go, smartest man alive?
Yeah, he could have been. It could have been better picked. Definitely better casted. They did kind of touch on the tortured genius with Pedro Pascal's character, but they didn't do it nearly as well as Hickman did in that series. And if they would have had a different actor, I think it probably could have came across better, just because Pedro Pascal has been in so much stuff as it is. But Hickman's version of Reed is starting to become the definitive version for me now.
Yeah, I can't get past Stan Lee's stuff, dude. It's his shit, dude. I know people champion Stan Lee, and like I have copies of the original run of Fantastic Four, and I can say fucking dude, I'd rather take a bunch of Tylenol PM and watch fucking, I don't even know.
They should have had a lot more action. There should have been an action scene in the middle before Galactus shows up. They could have done better action with Galactus. I honestly think maybe using Galactus was wrong. They should have used Annihilus or something along those lines. We could have got a lot more out of it than what they did by having just Galactus show up. I mean, we got some like comic book events, like when the Human Torch throws Ben into Galactus, which kind of mirrored when essentially Reed did that with a slingshot in the old school, like in the Marvels book. But yeah, it could have been done a lot better. And also, it's so disjointed just because the Marvel has been so out of whack since Endgame that it really didn't feel like the movie meant anything to the overall universe at all, and it was just kind of displaced. The space scenes though were gorgeous. With the wormhole and the black hole and stuff.
I thought the look of the film was great.
Oh yeah,
the look of the film was fantastic. Oh yeah, there. So I did watch the Frankenstein one. I did watch that.
Yeah,
I thought that was pretty cool.
I like the Frankenstein too.
Yeah,
it reminded me of the De Niro one.
A lot. What's the actor's name? The guy who played Moon Knight. What's his name?
Oh,
Oscar Isaac.
Isaac. He just looks weird to me. I don't know why. I don't know what it is, and
I mean,
but I thought he did great. I thought he did great.
Olive complexion.
No, no, it's more the head shape. It's more his head shape. It I don't know. He kind of looks like almost like a real life eraser head.
Del Toro, I love his stuff, but there's kind of a cleanliness to his costume design, and like if you compare it to like the De Niro one, De Niro was like, his Frankenstein was a mess. And this Frankenstein was like almost like a clean mannequin type. I mean, his design work sometimes I think gets too pretty when he's trying to do these horror type kind of creations.
The problem is if you want to put solid money on something on the Oscars, either Frankenstein or Wicked for Good, those are going to be one of those two is going to win Best Costume this year because they're so well thought out and full of color and zest. But I see what you're saying.
Woohoo! more shit I don't want to watch.
No,
you guys were mentioning a whole bunch of Netflix ones. There's one that it was way better than it deserved to be. That just totally blew me away. And
Kind of pregnant.
Yes. Towards the beginning of the year, the Zamboni humor is off the charts, and then that one really sucked. It is very low in my list. But there's just this kind of amazing, super artsy one that. Why the hell would this be like a Netflix one? But check out Train Dreams. Man, it just there's no reason why I should enjoy this film as much as I did, but I think it's the best cinematography I've seen all year. It's kind of the life and times of a logger, and then Will Patton, who it just has this amazing voice. You probably heard him do an audiobook. He just kind of narrates the whole thing, and just man. This one just, it's affected me way more than I expected it to. I watched a little bit before Christmas and I can't stop thinking about it. But Train Dreams is marvelous. Way better than I thought. I thought I was just putting on a stupid movie to work out to, and I ended up not working out, just glued to the screen. It was amazing.
So Charles, you got another super chat from Marcy. It says, but seriously, I think 2025 was a good year for movies, especially, but I think there were some decent shows also like Netflix Department Q.
Unfamiliar. Marcy, we talked about shows earlier. If you want to rewind, everyone put their notable series up, but I thank you. Appreciate it.
Heard good things about Department Q. It's supposed to be kind of like...
Is that the gay puppets?
No, that's Avenue, whatever
Q.
the hell that is.
Q,
okay,
right?
Let's go Q. Sure. That sounds right to me. No, it's kind of more like the warehouse with all the stuff from Indiana Jones. It's kind of that line of stuff. From what I heard, it's really cool.
Oh, and I see, Charles, you also love Faith No More.
Well, he talked about Mike Patton in that train movie, so.
And I've seen Faith No More a total of.
I said Will Patton, but
6 times.
I love me some Mike Patton.
6 times.
Nice.
I've seen Faith No More. And I've seen Mr. Bungle, I don't know, so many times.
Wait, it was right in front of your face?
You can't grab it.
Jesus Christ.
What is it?
Anyway.
It's it.
It's it. What is it?
Well, sorry. I think I talked over everybody else. Charles, did you give a couple of recommendations? I know I kind of spoke for you because you allowed me to have those two in the two viewings.
You're making me seem nice. I was just passing my work off onto you. It wasn't so much me being nice as just spreading the workload and be like, hey, watch this in case I can't.
I appreciate it, though. If anyone gets the chance, again, watch Apopheniacs and Luger. You will enjoy it. Yeah.
So to kind of round out some of the other movies that we had access to, there's some stuff that didn't have a remote coverage that premiered at Fantastic Fest. Shelby Oaks, which is Chris Stuckman's movie, premiered there. There's a movie that hasn't been released yet that was kind of the dark horse of that festival that I think they were sold and or bought by Blumhouse, and the film is called Obsession. And I had a chance to watch it and didn't. And I guess once they got sold or whatever, that chance was, I don't know, gone. But of that festival, this film called Obsession is kind of the thing that people are talking about. Yeah, I agree. Apopheniacs, Luger's one of my 5 favorite movies of the year. Another film which is probably coming out this month. It's a Japanese film that's very The Ring, The Grudge type movies, but with a Instagram type twist to it. It's called The Curse. I mean, there's a bunch of yawn-worthy movies that we were given access to, but that one was kind of in the middle, and I feel like the things I have against that movie are just lack of budget. There's some stuff where you could very clearly see that CGI was used, and not the most expensive looking CGI. But yeah, my tops of the year are just kind of things everyone's talking about. One Battle After Another, Sinners, F1. I actually quite enjoyed Running Man. I don't know why people are so down on that movie. Is it Edgar Wright's best? No, but I'll still take mid Edgar Wright over some people's best work. Like I'll take mid Tarantino over, I don't know, 95% best work. And there's a film that she just keeps coming around, and it's kind of a dark subject matter. I think it's on Paramount Plus. It is called Predators, and it's a documentary about the To Catch a Predator series and its influence on society. And I don't like the way that movie made me feel, but it's an interesting look at an otherwise, I don't know, scandalous topic. Like it's not so to the point. You're thinking things and considering things from multiple angles. It's not just these people are the worst thing in the world. You're actually, asked questions. And I'm glad that the movie doesn't really declare one thing or another. It just kind of presents you these things and doesn't really influence your decision, just kind of puts it all out on the table. And like I said, I didn't like how I felt after that movie, but sometimes, especially with documentaries, should you be enjoying the ride? I don't think that's the case when it's stuff like that.
No, you should never be enjoying that. I don't think so.
Right. Well, yeah.
Waka, waka, waka!
But it's really interesting. The kind of footage that they're able to capture there was it's a really powerful documentary. It ranked pretty high.
I watched it on your recommendation, man. It was. Oof.
What'd you say it was on again?
I think it's Paramount Plus.
Okay.
Yeah. It was. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a moment like, if you guys know what To Catch a Predator is, right? Chris Hansen, One Drive a Seat, all that stuff. So they have like these multiple stages, like that era, and then what that show has inspired. And there's people on YouTube that do a very similar thing.
Yes.
And they tag along with people on YouTube who are doing, more of the same. And this guy who gets caught is being interviewed by the film directors, and they're trying to get him to sign off the waiver to have his face in the film. And they're like, yeah, so we're not with the web series. That's your face is going out into the internet. There's nothing you can do about that, but we need your signature to have your face in the film. And he's like, wait, what's going on? He's like, I have no control over my face going all over the internet, but I can decline the film. And they're like, yeah. And he's like, no. It was such a weird like situation where it's like it makes you think things like, yeah, why do they not have rights in some instances but not others? And like it's just really, really odd. And again, I don't like how I felt, but at the same time, there's this shift halfway through the movie where you find something out about one of the filmmakers, and it puts a different spin on things, and it's very interesting. I didn't have a good time. I cannot stress enough, but it got me thinking things that I did not expect to think going into that movie.
So we have a couple of comments here. One from Scott TV, or is it Scott V 8124? Have y'all seen No Other Choice? Has anybody seen?
I have 4 movies that I still need to see this year. No Other Choice, Magazine Dreams, Sentimental Value, and Surat that I want to see. They're the ones that I kind of hear might be in people's very tops. So I want to see that. I love his other movies. But yeah, it's a Korean film where it's going to be an awesome based on all of the dude's other films, I think this one will be towards the top of my list. But I probably tonight, I'm hoping I will end up seeing that one.
Has
And
anyone
then-
else?
Oh, good.
I'm sorry. I was going to say, has anyone else seen Magazine Dreams?
No.
No.
I feel like that dude fucked up his chance at an Oscar.
Oh, what?
the-
What?
Just
I
seems-
don't know even what it's about. Like
Jonathan Majors, the guy who was in
Oh,
Ant-Man.
yeah. Okay.
So like
Dang.
they pushed that movie to the side when he had his legal troubles.
Right. Okay.
And he's very strong in that movie. So they're finally releasing it now all these years later, but
Oh.
I don't
That-
know if
that
Hollywood's going to be
sucks.
okay. Yeah, it's
That
a very
sucks.
good performance. I don't know if it
yeah.
sucks so much as it's like
No, right. I mean, but here's the thing, though. With anybody who followed that whole thing, like, both sides were culpable.
Mhm.
So, like, you know what I mean? Like, at some point in time, whatever. I'm going to leave it at that.
Yeah.
Leave it at both sides were culpable. Just put it that way. You know what I mean? Ant-Man 3 sucked.
Mhm.
That's what we can all agree on. It was not good.
Well, it's always kind of funny that the Hollywood blacklisting people for stuff that we all know that the executives of Hollywood do. Like,
Preach.
Of course.
like it's like they blacklist people over racism when there's probably no one more racism than just studio Hollywood
MSK.
over women. You know how women are treated. When Jennifer Lawrence is talking about for Hunger Games, she had to stand naked in a line with women. It's like the biggest hypocrisy for Hollywood to be like, well, we can't have Jonathan Majors do stuff now. It's like, well you guys do way
Well,
worse
you
than
gotta remember
Jonathan
that
Majors ever did.
Jennifer
Jiggle
Lawrence
physics.
was good.
I was just going to say, jiggle physics need to know how the girl's going to, handle the running in the forest and
Yeah,
you know, what the
PG-13
wardrobe
movie.
does.
Plus, you got to remember, she was the first female action star. So, I mean,
Well, that's true too.
you,
Yeah.
you sometimes have to, stand in a line. And,
Sigourney Weaver?
No,
Party
she
one?
didn't exist.
Nope.
Yeah,
She
apparently
didn't.
not.
No,
Okay.
no. Scarlett Johansson wasn't Black Widow. None of that stuff happened. So you see,
Oh,
No
okay.
Sarah Connor, none
no
of that
Sarah
stuff.
Connor, none of that stuff. No Terminator TV show. Nothing happened. Nothing. The other comment is another super chat from Marcy. Says my mother actually was a fan of Kind of Pregnant, like for real. So when she said, I said, well, enjoy being the only fan of the whole world of that movie.
Yeah, that's about right.
As far as Zamboni humor goes, it was some of the best Zamboni humor I saw last year.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, it just feels like Netflix just filling a quota. Like, we need to spend money to make it look like something on our tax forms. Here's something that looks like every other bullshit comedy.
They just put a bunch of scripts on the wall. They blindfold
You just
somebody
throw a
and they just
dart.
throw in darts. Like, Kind of Pregnant. Here's $200 million. Make
Well,
this
actually,
movie.
since Hollywood is so bigotous, they were throwing little people. They were just throwing them with little darts on their head, and whatever stuck in the wall. They made their new steps. They were just stepping on the bags, and they said, "No Snow White for you."
Yeah, and there's a roulette wheel of just actors have no business having a career. Like, oh, it's Amy Schumer. Look at that. You get this movie.
Hey, Will Forte was in that movie. He did
Also-
great. He was
also on the
charming on a Zamboni.
We need
So,
more orphans. Hurry.
Bob, what
Yeah.
what movies you got on your list, my friend?
Well, a couple of them have already been talked about, and that was Frankenstein and F1. Sinners was another one that was talked about. I think all of those were really good. Just some other ones that I liked. I liked Kill Bill, the whole bloody affair. I mean, granted, this kind of a re-release, but it does have some new stuff in it. So, yeah, I really enjoyed that.
It's Tarantino in the theater. That's all you have
Yeah,
to say.
exactly.
That's fine. It's
Yeah.
perfectly fine.
Ballerina was one that I liked. It was the John
Was
Wick
that the-
spinoff.
Was that the John Wick thing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the John Wick spinoff. I actually had a good time with that one. Is it the greatest movie ever? No. Is it the best in the John Wick series? No, but it was better than what I expected. I had a good time with that one. And I actually liked the fact that they did not neuter John Wick. I kept being afraid they were going to neuter John Wick in the movie because he's actually in the film and build her up at his expense. But at no point does that happen. And in fact, he whoops her ass. So basically, when
they go out of the way to mention that her size is a problem, and they actually kind of geared the fighting a bit around to help explain how an 80-pound woman can kill 100 hitmen. So they did a good job of that. And I agree too. There was no neutering of John Wick in this movie at all. Like he was Baba Yaga the whole way through. So yeah,
exactly.
You
brought up the point right there that they explain her fighting style. They flat out tell her you're not stronger than all of these opponents. You're gonna have to cheat.
So it wasn't like the Hawkeye show.
No. Mary Sue girl bosses.
She's not a girl
dumbass
boss here.
Can knock out a 300-pound man, and it wasn't like, what was that, Captain America: Brave New World with the CIA, whatever the hell she was.
Yeah.
What the fuck was that?
She was an ex-widow. It's that's
I don't care what she was. Elbow to the face. You're dead. You died.
But like during all of her training sequences, you see her getting her ass kicked. And they basically tell her, you got to cheat in order to win. You're an inferior, you're inferior as far as strength goes. So you're going to have to use other things at your advantage. And so they gear that fighting style towards that. So I really liked that. Another one I really liked was Warfare.
What was that?
That's a film that, again, I didn't have a good time with, but I thought it was really good as somebody who's a veteran, as well as I've had a lot of friends, of course, that are veterans. I like the fact that the film is not a political film. It just says, okay, here's the event, here's what happened, and you're just Warfare.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It stays away from the political discussions in it. It's not a character-driven movie or anything like that. It's pretty much, here's the event, here's what happened. And so I liked that about the movie. I also liked The Naked Gun.
Hey, I didn't mean to do that.
You're good.
Here's last.
Get me off.
I refuse to get you off.
I agree with you on The Naked Gun one, though. It was better than it deserved to be.
Yeah, well, I liked The Naked Gun a lot. I had a great time with that movie. It was Liam Neeson's deadpan delivery is perfect in that movie. So
I will not be chatting anymore. Just letting you know, I pressed buttons and shit happened.
But those were the best films that I saw. Just some ones that were disappointments to me. Flight Risk was one that I was disappointed in.
Oh, what were you expecting from that?
Well, here's what I was expecting. It's a Mel Gibson movie. And if you look at Mel Gibson's track record, he's done 6 films, and 2 out of the 6 have been nominated for Best Picture, with one of those winning. That's a pretty good track record. And
the other ones are pretty strong.
And this one was not even up to the level of any of his other films. So I was disappointed in that.
Okay.
I was disappointed in Superman. I'm not saying it's a terrible movie. It's just, for me, it was a disappointment. There's a lot of things to like about it, but the things that I didn't like outweighed the stuff that I did. So for that reason, it's on my list of disappointments. 28 Years Later was another one I was disappointed in. I liked the first half of it, but the second half I wasn't a big fan of. But I am going to see the sequel, and maybe I'll appreciate it more when I see the sequel. So
I did see 28 Weeks Later, or years, or whatever the fuck it was called, and I thought it was shit.
Well, what do you know?
So
you buy
I don't know
one shoe at a time. You buy one shoe at a time.
I don't know anything. Apparently, I buy one shoe at a time, and get me off is apparently what I'm known for now. So
just real quick, just real quick, a couple of films that I thought just were really bad. Captain America: Brave New World, I thought was a bad movie. I thought Mickey 17 was a really bad movie.
Oh, how dare you, sir!
Yes, I thought it was a bad movie. I thought it was terrible.
But
so good. I haven't seen War of the Worlds, and I'm sure that'll probably take the cake if I ever do see it. But the one that I did see that took the cake was Snow White. That was awful. So yeah, that was the worst film I saw this year.
Surrounding that movie is it's you have a really horrible movie when the stuff surrounding the movie is more interesting than the movie, but the stuff surrounding the movie was awful, horrible. Everything about it was terrible, and it was still more interesting than anything that was in that movie. Now, I've only seen half of that movie because, well, I don't really give a flying fuck about Snow White. So I was like, all right, let's see.
You don't care who's the fairest of them all?
No. No, because I didn't understand why Gal Gadot was like all upset about like being, not as pretty as fucking Rachel Zegler when it's not even really the case.
Because she's a bad actress.
They both were.
That's number one.
They both were. There was no good, there was no good
Gal
acting
Gadot
in that movie.
Gal Gadot was like an absolute cartoon character in that movie, and I think she was trying to play the over-the-top Disney villain. The problem is nobody else was acting over the top, and so she came off really bad.
Well, no, I mean, how could they? There's two sets of dwarves, and one of them is like an abomination. The other one is just like, really? It's a weird movie. I understand and I respect that you'd put that at the end of your list, I should say. It's definitely towards the bottom of mine.
Well, that's the thing.
So are we throwing out ones that will piss off people now? Because I got a few that'll piss you off, I'm sure.
Are you pissed, Ray? Is that what you're saying?
Mickey 17 was decent, okay? How dare you?
I said
there were many Mickeys that weren't, but 17 was decent.
I said you could say best and worst.
Of Mickey 17 was
worst. So
the concept of Mickey 17 was really cool. I didn't have a problem with the concept, and I liked Robert Pattinson's performance, but by the time they actually got to the planet, it just fell off for me, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is just getting worse and worse."
Dude, when you say Robert Pattinson and planets in the same sentence, my mind just shuts off.
Robert Pattinson's. There's more than one, sir.
That's true, yeah, and that's why I say his performance was good because he played multiple characters.
This was the year of that.
Good. It was just.
And I've got multiple characters by the same person in my top 10 list. Sinners is up there. Predator Badlands is hovering around 10 or so for me. But it's like you've got an actor playing twins in multiple projects this year, which is odd. There's also Twinless. There's a bunch of them, and I'm kind of blanking on the other ones.
Dude, there's only one twins, and that's Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I was gonna say
true.
Moon did better than what Mickey 17 was.
Reach.
Moon was. I mean, Mickey 17 was like but I say Moon was a much better version of that.
Yes, in what they were doing, but what Mickey 17 did, really did it for me. So it will not be towards the bottom of my list, but something that's towards the bottom of your list, that's towards the top of mine, would probably be The Monkey. I really dug Osgood Perkins' dark comedy take on the Stephen King's tale. From what I hear, nobody else likes that. I really dug 28 Years Later. I understand that Lapsed and Bob hate it, but man, I could not be more excited for Bone Temple. Just
say this, I'm not really a horror movie fan. I like the old horror movies, but just
this one isn't going to be so horror movie, man.
They're just like, and zombies. Like, I could give two flying fucks about zombies. It's so boring.
Are you excited?
Bone
for
Temple
Chimp,
is going to be different, man.
Greg,
I am.
For Chimp?
You mean Primate?
Is it Primate or it's the one with the rich girls who have a pet monkey?
Yeah,
Primate.
I actually am.
Primate.
So
Primate, yeah.
Primate was one of the biggest hits of Fantastic Fest, and
I'm
unfortunately
in
we
that
weren't able to
movie.
review it. But man, it is being dropped this month. I am actually super stoked for it.
I want to see.
Oddly enough, January seems pretty packed.
It's essentially just a guy in a suit, like for the Chimp, and it looks corny good. Like it looks like it's going to be really good, but yet bad at the same time. If you know what I mean, like
almost everyone that got to see it, they're saying like it is intense and real good. I think they opened the festival with it, and usually they do kind of a banger to open and close it. And man, apparently that one didn't disappoint. So I'm super excited to see that one. But
Doc tells me I'm gonna need you to lower your tone when you're speaking about horror Labs.
That's true. Everyone should.
I just
good.
Don't.
No judgment.
I'm the worst when it nothing like that. I don't know. It doesn't get me the way that it should. Like my wife is a huge horror fan. Huge horror.
Oh, I totally thought you were going somewhere else when you said my wife is a huge horror fan. I think there might have been a little bit too much of a space in between those two. At least in my mind, I thought your sentence was done, and I was like, "How dare you, sir?" But yeah,
right.
So Bob mentioned the Naked Gun, and if you're into that kind of spoof humor, which is awesome, and then if you're also into Downton Abbey, that Venn diagram is kind of small, but if you're in that narrow part, fuck them all. Fackham Hall is just such a great little kind of British version on that, but it's kind of that
Downton Abbey
spoof humor, and it's co-written by Jimmy Carr, if I remember right. So check it if you give a crap about that type of humor in a Downton setting.
But so my wife is a huge horror fan, horror movie fan.
Sure.
And like we've done things, we've gone on like haunted tours and done, because it's something she likes. She says, "Hey, I want to do this. I support it. Let's go." It just doesn't scare me. It doesn't do anything for me. I end up laughing more than I end up going, "Wow, I can't get my mind to be in those places." Like, I don't know why. And I love the old Universal horror movies. I love those. I love the Hammer movies. Like it could be, like things that are scary to me are like, being homeless and like, being on a train full of killers that, some of them are.
So you haven't seen Killer Train 7 then?
No, but I like
this
making
time
my way from Florida to, Florida to freaking California. The dude I was with was like, "Do not fall asleep on any of these." Dude, I'm telling you, like when we would stop at certain stops, like when they would tell us he would be like, "All right, you got to get ready to jump," because they have checks. Like all these bums, dude, you would see them just beef, 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 jumping into everywhere. It's crazy, dude. And they will rob you, and they will knife you, and they will do that. Like that shit's scary to me. But fucking like Pennywise and fucking this ghost that's supposedly haunting this room. Did you see that chair move? Did you see it? That there's electromagnetism. Did you see my meter go up?
What if it's the ghost of a train drifter, though?
What if it's a homeless person behind the train making it move, or behind the chair? Just
well, I mean, it depends.
With a knife in hand.
If he hasn't, dude, that's pretty terrifying. Dude.
So homeless are like that's peak cinema for you.
Homeless man wants to steal your pants because he's fucking cold. They're gonna kill you, dude. They're gonna kill you for some pants.
Did you like Hobo with a Shotgun?
Never saw
such a good movie.
Classic.
Like all that like haunted tour shit, dude. I remember we went to Moundsville Prison, supposedly one of the most haunted prisons in the United States. Dude, I fell asleep in a solitary confinement cell in the dark. Well, literally fell asleep, and they had like little walkie-talkies, and you're supposed. Did you hear that noise? Like, fucking shut up.
I'm trying to sleep.
You're watching them wrong. I think horror movies are supposed to be experienced in a different way, Lapsed.
I'm sure they are. I said I can't get my mind into that space. I said
but,
that. Like I can't. I try to.
But to be fair to Lapsed, and my channel is kind of like this too. My community's like, Charles, why don't you sing the praise of horror a bit more? Because I feel like the horror community takes itself a little too seriously and acts like every single thing that is a horror is awesome. And it's kind of like, I don't know, certain Marvel kids, like every single Marvel movie is great because Marvel made it. That's kind of similar in the horror community, where it's like, man, my top 5 of the year are all horror movies, and it's only February. And it's like, slow down, just slow down. There's other genres, and these movies suck.
Okay,
I'm just saying.
Doc asked if I seen Human Centipede. Yes, most hilarious movie ever. Ever, dude. The end when he's doing this and they're all just eating shit. I'm like,
I mean, there's one part that always gets me in there,
and they're eating shit. This is fantastic. This is great.
I admit, I always crack up every time the doctor looks at the picture of the dogs and is like, 1 dog, 2 dog, 3 dog. Like, I don't know why you need to do that, and they've got a perfect symbol for it, but I know of a horror movie from this year that, as Charles was saying, takes itself way too seriously. It may piss some people off that I'm mentioning it, but God, it sucks. And if it's not the lowest, it is damn close to it on mine. I don't know why Jordan Peele's name is associated with it at all. He's just a producer, but you would have thought from all the marketing that he like actually had something to do with this. And it has to do with, selling your soul in professional sports. So isn't it just like amazing? But that is one of the biggest disappointments that I had all of last year. I was like, that thing looks interesting. And there's a couple of visually interesting things that they do. They put it all in the trailer. Man, it just shows that they don't understand horror movies. They don't understand sports. And what the hell was this?
That is my bottom 10 as well. That
one sucked. What the hell was that?
Yeah,
it's a horror movie everyone can hate.
I don't know. She said not into paranormal, more frat boy humor. Understood. Well, you would have to kind of go to college, maybe. I mean, I went to 8th grade. That's close, right? That's close to college, right?
Work on the high school stuff.
Labs, I agree with you though. Like,
I just find it
to
funny.
Me, like my more favorite horror films are the ones that turn into comedies. I don't really get scared. I don't get freaked out. I don't feel tense moments. A lot of times in horror films, I think you see the trailers where everyone's like, oh, they're watching it, and then you go watch it yourself, and it's just like, I don't see why anyone would get upset with any of this stuff that's going on. A lot of times I think horror films take themselves way too seriously. I do like the guy who did The Witch. I think he does a really good job of building tension, even though his pacing might be a little bit slow. But for a lot of these horror, like, I didn't get into any of the Conjuring ones or any of those kind of Blumhouse where they were just generating them out. None of the Jordan Peele movies really sit with me too well. Like, I like Sinners, but Sinners didn't scare me. It was just a badass movie.
I think it's realizing that you recognize two different characters, and one of them is being threatened by another, and it's kind of like that Tarantino. Ooh, shit's gonna pop off. Like in that second half of Sinners, Go on.
I can name a horror movie. Like, what might not be horror, but it was like somewhat scary that I didn't like laugh at, and that movie Frailty.
Wasn't that from 2003?
With
Bill Paxton?
Bill Paxton. I thought that was a cool movie.
Sure.
I didn't like laugh at it. I was like, oh, this is kind of neat, but I think it's just I don't know why. Maybe I'm just so desensitized. Like, I don't want to go into certain things, but there's a couple of moments in my life that I'm 100% serious that I've seen some things that were just like horrifying.
Right.
And it just doesn't, like, those type of things for some reason. And like, I've tried, trust me, I have tried, because I've tried. I love my wife, and she loves that stuff. And I've tried to get into those things with her and tried. It's to the point where, I mean, we've been married 25 years, we've been together 27 years, to the point where she does not want me to go to the movies if we go see horror movies, because she knows I've tried so hard, and I'll just sit there and I'll be like, this is so dumb. This is so dumb. Just punch it in the face.
Yeah, it's life
Walk
experience.
Away.
Once you've had some sort of something that is, I don't like, it's kind of like if you've been in a car accident, the fair, the carnival just doesn't hit the same way, because you've been through something worse. Like when my father committed suicide, horror just doesn't work anymore, because that situation has nothing to do with like anything, ghosts coming through a wall or anything. I know that feeling inside, and nothing I can watch on a film or TV show will ever match that. So it's just like, yeah, I've been through worse. I could turn this off too.
I've tried I have tried taking easier approaches to it, just looking at it for what it is and being like, well, if this was actually happening in that, in this world,
right, that
would be terrifying, right? But it just, for some reason, it just doesn't work on me. So, and I've remember when Doc makes a comment right here. Hold on. She makes a comment right here.
It's a good point.
It says, and Charles has tried. He's watched Irreversible multiple times. You remember whenever we had the discussion and we were talking about the 15?
Yeah.
Or what is it?
The disturbing films. Yep.
Right. And you remember what I said? And I was like, I'll watch. And you guys were like, don't watch all them in a row. Dude, I watched 5 of them in one day. I just sat there like this.
Yeah. But like, I think
Right.
with those types of films, you'll find something, like however you are, like it doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me. There's something. And me, it's sexual assault. I think I separated that enough. It's not so much that it happens like I think of them filming that scene, the actors, like how do you act that scene out where
Money.
it's believable? Sure.
Just
Money
throwing
does a
money
lot of
at
things,
you.
dude. You'd be surprised.
That's called stripping or prostitution. That's a little bit different.
Oh, I've been to some parties where money has been exchanged for things that I've seen where you would be like, fucking really? People will do some shit for some money, let me tell you. And I'm sure you know that. But no, I know what you're saying. I try to make light of it. There are some things, yes, that do deeply affect me personally, but most of them are not portrayed in movies. And also, when you've had something like that happen, you really don't want to re-experience it.
Right.
So it's not like testing yourself. Ooh, I can get through this. It's more like you said, like I learned from this. I don't want to ever hear or see this ever again, like ever. And you know, especially I have a hard time when I'm watching a movie. You know, it's like I can tell you this, Doc. She makes a comment. I fear nothing. What is that? I fear nothing. Submechanophobia exists. I fear one thing. Mechanophobia. Submechanophobia. Is that how you say it?
I don't know.
I could tell you one thing. It's not that I fear, but I hate. Like I don't like being restricted. I do not like it. I don't want it. You know, I don't like that. So I do. There are things that do make me edgy. Like I said, when I watched the 128 hours or whatever that was with James Franco, where he got stuck and he was in the small spaces, that I was just like, come on, man, get the like. This needs to be over.
The coffin scene in Kill Bill Part 2, it drives me nuts because I'm claustrophobic.
Oh, dude,
so
watch Buried, or there's a low budget movie called Crawl or Die, and it's on this like alien planet or whatever, and they have to crawl through this tunnel, but it keeps getting tighter and tighter and tighter.
Like, those like videos where they talk about people who do cave spludunking and then like get caught. Like, that shit is like my heart starts racing. I'm just like, oh no.
Dude, when I see those people like go into the caves, right, and it's like they're like literally like to get through, I'm like, how are you getting back? How, like, where you did? What if there's no other hole? This is horrible. Like that, I will admit, I don't like that.
Up by Mount St. Helens, they got an area called the Ape Caves, which is like a lava tunnel. I've only been to the outside of it. I heard there was a part where you have to duck down and crouch to get through, and I was like, well, I'm not going. So F that.
When I was little, my grandparents took me to the Laurel Caverns, and you go all the way down this elevator, and then there's like water down there. You get in these little boats, right? And they take you around, and then you get off and go through. I wouldn't get off. I refused to. My brother was like, come on, you know, your older brother to make you. Nope. Me and Nana went all the way back around. Because this is what I said. You think I'm going to go in there? You're fucking dumb. I'm not getting stuck in there. This vacation would be exactly where I die. That is my luck.
Yeah, it's usually people that want to have exhilarating experiences like that don't have any experience with things. Usually it's like middle-class teenage girls that want to be scared by the Conjuring movies because they don't know anything. Like they've been safe for most of their life. People who want to take a boat ride in a fucking endless. Yeah. That is like, they just don't know anything. Like they're trying to I don't know.
Like I had an exhilarating, time in my life. I did bungee jumping. I jumped out of a plane. I've done those things. Where like bungee jumping, dude, like I remember whenever he got it all done, like, cause they have to get everything strapped in first and then they tell you for like a minute, you know, like this is what you need. And he was like, all right, so I went, wee! I just jumped right off. I was like, it's good. All right, we're good. Bye. See you later. And it was like, it was crazy. The torque on the up whip, dude, that's scarier than when you're actually going down. Because I don't know if anybody's bungee jumped. Any of you guys? That first whip back, dude. Because you go and you feel the band, but you also feel your insides being stretched, and then all of a sudden it whips you back up, and then you feel like you've shrunk, but you're still like in that same position.
I don't even like Ferris wheels that go too fast, let alone bungee jumping. I'm no roller coasters, none of that shit for me. I stay away from that stuff. That feeling you get in your stomach, I hate that feeling.
When I was going through basic training, I didn't realize how much you get brainwashed by the Army until they asked people if they wanted to sign up for airborne school. And I was like, yeah, you know what? I want to jump out of a plane. That sounds like a lot of fun. Yeah. And because I was reserve duty, they said, well, okay, well, you'll go back to your unit and then your unit will send you over. So I got back. I had been back a couple of weeks and I was like, I don't want to jump out of a plane. Why would I want to jump out of a perfectly good airplane? But while I was going through basic training and we're singing songs about, about jumping out of airplanes and going to war and everything, it was like, yeah, that sounds like a great idea.
Did you do it?
And yeah, as soon as I got back, I was like, no.
Did you do it?
No.
Oh, dude. Dude, when you first go, because I had to be strapped to someone because I'd never done it before.
Fuck that.
Dude, when you go, the first thing that happens, all your air goes just gone. You're like, and then you can start dude, it is so much fun. It is so fun, dude.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, I will say
so
here.
fun. So fun.
I'll leave that to Tom Cruise.
It's funny, I'm
this.
convinced though that if I had done active duty as opposed to doing reserve duty, I probably would have done it because
you would have had to.
I was all gung ho at that time and everything, and I was ready to go to airborne school and do all these follow ups. And then, like I said, as soon as I got home and I had a couple of weeks before I could fill out paperwork or anything, I was like, no, I don't want to do this.
Well, think about it. If you talk, like you talked about, you said no reserves. Imagine if you were active duty and you said that in front of your boys and didn't do it.
Yeah.
The next day, Bob would have been standing there like this at the plane. Like,
I would have done it if I was active duty, and I'm pretty sure I would not have been afraid to do it because I've got this. I do not like heights, but yet when we were doing like the obstacle courses and we were propelling and stuff like that, none of it was bothering me because I was all hyped up and excited to be there.
You're in basic and the AIT. That you really get sucked into it, and then you're all like gung ho and ready to go. But
I'll just play Call of Duty. I'll just play Call of Duty. That's fine.
What's up, Savage Dad? How you doing? Happy New Year. Happy all that stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, like they're I really do wish that was something that I could enjoy on a deeper level, just because I want something else to experience with my wife, because I love spending time with her. And
have you tried like horror comedies, like the Evil Dead series?
I like Evil Dead. It's okay. I thought Evil Dead 2 was funny. The first one not so much. But I liked Army of Darkness. I thought that was funny.
Army of Darkness, man, great.
Yeah. And I watched the one, what was it like? Was it the wrestlers and let's just say wrestlers and German soldiers? I don't know if I could say the word Nazis. Yeah, can we say that? Are we allowed to?
Just say Nazis. We understand.
Well, it was wrestlers and Nazis or something like that. Zombie Nazis or something. It was hilarious.
Dead Snow?
It had Roddy Piper in it. I can't remember. I did like They Live. I thought that was cool.
Is it the one with the moon? What am I thinking of with the soldiers?
Let me look it up. Just because it's gonna bother me.
Laps, if you want to shoot at the private chat there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got a bill. I just got a message from my daughter. I need to go pick her up from work. So I was hoping she would get a ride from her coworker, but she's not going to be able to. So I need to pick her up. But
well, hey, Bob.
I will see you guys next week. And this was a blast.
Next week, it's Lunchbox Comics, and we are doing our own lists for Kevin Smith movies.
Okay, just like we did with Quentin, but it'll be with Kevin Smith movies.
Yeah.
All right, sounds good.
Oh, hell yeah.
All right, you guys have a good night.
Yes, sir. Have a good night, Bob. Thanks for joining us. But yeah, so like I there are things that I do like, but most like of those movies I just don't care about for some reason. I don't know why.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
I mean, you don't have to like the horror movies, just you're missing out. Yeah.
No, I still watch a lot of them. I still do watch a lot of them, like the ones that are streaming, like that we don't go to the theater. I do watch. It's just I don't enjoy them as much.
It's a very strong time for horror. If I'm thinking about 15, 20 years ago, there wasn't as much horror as there is now. The problem is, horror is doing as good as it's been 2 or 3 decades now, but there's a lot of it, which also means for every 2 or 3 great horror films, there's about 15 to 20 that are just awful. And most of my bottom 20 are, some of them are things that you wouldn't even think to watch. And some of them are relatively big, like the I Know What You Did Last Summer remake thing.
Yeah.
That was
It's
bad.
down there for me.
But
the Wolfman one, V1L. Like, I would have thought that'd be amazing.
Business-wise, horror is a smart bet because you can make a good horror movie for $40-50 million,
even less.
Even less, and it's so popular right now. It's not unheard of to go $200-300 million for a good horror film. So yeah, it's definitely a kind of a cool time for horror. That's why I thought it was really smart that they're doing the body horror for Clayface, because you're taking an established IP and then throwing them into a genre that's popular right now, doing it for like $40-50 million, and then it could end up becoming quite popular, bringing both non-horror fans into it as well as horror fans. So it is one of those genres that can stick around for quite a bit just because you can make them for cheap.
Yeah.
I hope it's good, man. I hope it's good.
Well, yeah, cheaper horror films are usually the better ones anyways, because
what's his face?
Practical.
Blumhouse, like he'll take $20 million and he'll make 11 movies with that $20 million, 1 million, 1 million, 1 million. And then there'll be a random $5 million movie that he'll put a little extra into it. And all he needs is one of those movies to hit. And he's made his money and then some for everything else. So it's an interesting, it does work for him. He's very handsomely compensated. He's one of the, I don't know, richer executive producers in Hollywood. But, how many movies can you say that about in the action genre where
it used to be comedy, because you could make comedy really cheap too, but those are kind of in a weak point right now. I think it'll have a resurgence, but it is kind of the same thing that the horror is doing. You can make a cheap movie that does really well, and you're doing it for just pennies on the dollar.
Well, you didn't like Happy Gilmore 2?
No, I did not like Happy Gilmore.
That was made for a shit ton of money.
Are you sure? Don't you remember this part though? Yeah, I don't know. I
like horror video games.
Fair enough. Well, okay, that's what I was going to ask you. Do you like the Resident Evil games?
Only certain ones. Like I liked Resident Evil. I like Resident Evil 5. I loved the Resident Evil Village VR game. I thought that was so much fun. It was a lot of fun. But like that was more like jump scaring, like stuff coming out of nowhere. And I do like atmosphere, because that's what I loved about the old Universal movies and the Hammer movies, was like the sets and the atmosphere it would present. And I feel like a lot of these newer movies, everything just looks so fucking fake that like it's hard for me to like, get into it as much. Not saying it's bad. I'm not saying they're bad. I'm saying I'm bad at them. I'm not saying they're bad.
2 questions, and I'll quit hammering this.
No, it's okay.
Zach Krieger, so the dude who just did Weapons this year but had previously done Barbarian, I'm not sure if you're familiar with his work, but he's working on a Resident Evil movie that should be out, I believe, this year. It's kind of on my list.
I definitely watch it.
Hell yeah. It should be better than the Paul W.S. Anderson or whatever the hell.
Could.
Yeah. The guy who previously was doing the Resident Evil things with Mila Jovovich. But
that's Paul W.S. Anderson.
Were you a fan of Silent Hill? That seemed to be like so much atmosphere.
The game? Yes.
Yeah.
I liked Silent Hill 2.
Silent Hill 2 is amazing.
I like the concept because the story intertwined so much with what the atmosphere of the town was. So that was better than like some major corporation that's behind everything. You know what I mean? Like for Resident Evil, it's just like it's like it's a tired premise for me, where I kind of liked Silent Hill a lot more. I thought that was a lot better done. But I did like back whenever I had a Dreamcast, when that was like first out, and Code Veronica was like the first Resident Evil game with that style of graphics, and it was like the first one where up wasn't always forward no matter which way you were controlling, right? So like I thought that was a lot of fun to play. Obviously it's not playable as well now. You go back and play something like that, it's just not
tank mechanics.
Tank mechanics, exactly. So there's a lot of games that I do like I loved Outlast. I thought that was a lot of fun. I did like Dead Space, the new one. I thought that was amazingly fun. I thought that was so much fun. And I think the most underrated horror game of all time is Doom 3. When that came out, Doom 3, thanks. And it was co-op, and you could play that, and the atmosphere of that game was phenomenal. And that was like the first game with the flashlight mechanic where it actually made a difference, because there were some rooms that were literally just black and you had to use your flashlight to do it. And with Doom transitioning over from what it was to what it is now, you know, was very different. And that was the first one where I was like, okay, I could see this working better. But then a lot of the games just became like, okay, it's survival now. You know, they're less horror than they are survival. There's something coming, you got to hide, or you got to do this. And it's like, okay, you can only do that so many times before you get tired of it.
Did you play that Alien game, Isolation?
On VR, yes.
That's a very good game. That isn't very action heavy. It's just you fucking hiding.
Did you play it in VR?
I did not.
So there's let me see if this is I think I might be wrong.
In that game, if you could have, like, if you said something in your mic, the alien can hear you, right?
What?
Like, I think that was what there's a couple horror games that came out where
Incursion,
like, streamers
that's
were
what it's
doing
called.
it.
Yes, it is. Incursion, that's what it's called. So I have it for PSVR 2 and I have it for the Oculus, which it's way better on VR 2. But and I like the HTC Vive, because like that's one where you can, like, you have the body sensors and you can walk around and stuff like that. But dude, Incursion, just go look it up and just watch some of the gameplay, dude. When you fully are immersed in the ship, right? Where like you go up and you have to sit down in the seat and you look over and you touch stuff with your hands, and then it flips over a pad and the computer comes out and you can actually type with your fingers because of the sensors.
That's awesome.
Fucking incredible, dude. And your breathing is picked up by your mic and they can hear it.
That's awesome.
So I saw streamers do it where like someone would do a super chat and then like a fart sound. So like the alien's walking by, he's hidden, and all of a sudden, and then the alien's like looks right at him.
Yeah, Incursion is phenomenal. It's a great game. Great game.
Huh.
Isolation is also awesome, but not
Isolation is also good too. Yes.
Yeah, that's one where you hide in the closets, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I always like coming out of the closet myself, but you know, each your own.
Waka, waka, waka. But I if you get a MetaQuest,
you don't have to love the horrors, but it's good, man. It's good stuff. I understand it's not for all.
No, I have no problem with it. It just, I'm just not good at watching them. It's just not for me. That's all.
Yeah, but you don't watch a lot of movies to begin with, though.
No,
right?
I don't watch as many.
Yeah.
No.
But a good percentage of yours this year were horror. You watched Frankenstein. You watched Sinners. I mean,
Those were all
Man, that's a pretty high
recommendations.
percentage.
So like, those were recommendations from people to go watch. And I do, if someone says, hey, go try this out, I will do that just because, we do content. So someone, hey, go watch this. I loved Sinners. I thought Sinners was a great movie, but I didn't really like the horror aspect of it. Didn't really do much for me. I still liked it though, because the story I thought was good.
Yeah, I think
the story was very well done.
If you're going to Sinners for the same reason people are going to The Conjuring, you're going to be bored because it's
Conjuring is just hilarious. I'm sorry. Conjuring is like hilarious movie. It's a hilarious movie. All of them are. Same with what's the one with the Annabelle? Oh my god.
Yeah, they're all the same shit. They're all the same universe.
Weird.
The Warren family and their adventures through the supernatural.
I mean, like, there was a lot of good shows in 2025. You just had to go find them out. I mean, everyone that was listed here, I mean, I would think would be something that I would probably watch given the opportunity to do so. But I read a lot more than I do. I read a lot more books and comic books than I do anything else. That's like my main source of entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
Same.
Not during football season. Football season, I bet a lot. So like that's what my Sundays are. My Sundays are like 4 different screens with 2 games on everywhere,
Nice.
like all 8 games. And I'm just like, all right, where can I make money? Okay, cool.
Oh my God.
Hey, guess what?
I don't want to hear it.
It made Christmas.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
DraftKings, dude, DraftKings is easy though. Because you could parlay these $5 stupid bets. Patrick Mahomes runs for 1 yard. No?
If I bet on it, it'll be the one time where he doesn't. That's the me luck.
LeBron James dribbles the ball.
Has a sip on the bench and just gets like poison or something.
I don't know.
Negative
like,
yardage.
The thing you do is how you do. I'm just being honest. You make your $5 bet, and they give you $200 worth of bets that you can make. Don't go past that.
Yeah,
don't
you
do anything past that.
Don't you have to keep betting to claim the money that you win?
You can yes, but you can make bets on that $200 to where if you do $5 bets and you parlay them with other bets, you can turn a $5 bet into $200. Easy, super.
Yeah,
easy.
I don't like the way this sounds. I'll take your word for it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You ready for this? I've been doing this every year with the thing. I have never lost money that I actually put in. Never.
Yeah.
Nice.
Again,
Never.
my luck
I have
is
only
very different.
done that.
Well, that's
the house it enjoys my company. The house always wins.
I've never gone to the only time I ever went to a casino was for a food show that my brother-in-law was presenting at, and they gave us $10, like an actual $10 bill. You know what I did with it? I kept it and bought cigarettes when I was smoking. I didn't even bet. Like I won't go to a casino.
I mean, it's kind of a gamble.
I will not go to a casino. Like that's just not something that I will do. And I do a lot of parlays on very small things, but if I lose that money, then I stop. I'm done. Like I'm done. I wait till the next year. I won't lose any of my actual pocket money except that original $5.
Yeah, no, I think sports betting is a bit more educated and informed than like just, going to a roulette wheel or something. I also feel like poker, as someone who's dealt cards at a social establishment, there's a bit more of strategy to that too.
For sure. The way the betting is now that you can literally bet on what happens in an inning. Like you can literally bet on the smallest thing. That's why parlaying is you can make $1 bets and win $60.
The problem
the dumbest thing.
Like in basketball and baseball now, there are players who are getting involved, and there's those 2 pitchers
for sure
on the Indians who like bet something on their first pitch being a ball, and like they have recordings of it, and it's just
they're in trouble.
Yeah.
My team, the Portland Trailblazers, they lost their coach over that
for betting,
sports betting stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
He that was a little bit different. He was getting guys to come play actual poker games with the mob.
Yeah.
Like the actual betting wasn't on games that he did. It was hey,
fixed,
you get to play a game.
games,
Yeah, you get to play a game. You get to come and hang out with Chauncey Billups. Ooh, wow, a guy who won an NBA championship. Oh, by the way, you don't know that this is mob controlled and you're not going to win anything.
Honestly, Hold'em is like the only real poker game that you could play that you're not playing against the house. You're playing against the other people on the table. All the rest of them, you're playing against the house, essentially.
Yeah, I don't know any of the casino stuff like Baccarat.
I used to play Hold'em quite a bit and played it at home, watched the tournaments and stuff along those lines. And it's really the only poker game where the house is only there to deal. The rest, everyone else is playing against each other at the table.
They have a rake, though. They make money off of it.
They make monies per each bet, whatever the percentage of the pot is. If it's a no limit Hold'em tournament, everyone pays their money in the fee, and then the house gets off of that. But when you're talking about odds wise, if you're playing blackjack, it's a 50-50, but you're against the house. Any of the other card games, you're playing against the house, and then that's where it gets weird, and they start manipulating shit. And
Yep, I'm homeless. I have no house.
Yeah, I'm not. That's something I wouldn't do. Dude, it is. I was already there. That's terrible.
Not on a train.
I don't ever want to do that again.
Yeah.
I never want to face winter not ready being outside. That is horrifying, dude. This is horrible. Horrible. But
I hate going out in a light jacket.
This next segment brought to you by DraftKings. Use code CP200 for
just put in the word last panel and get 25% off your next bet.
Yeah, you'll get percentages off your bet. You'll lose more money. But 2025 I thought was nowhere near as bad a year as people think it was for entertainment. Like it was not good as say a plethora of things. It definitely wasn't good for the movies, like the theater, but like I think that's completely changing. I find the theater going the way of like, something being in there for a weekend and then it's done.
The element of FOMO isn't exclusive to theaters anymore. You're spoiled for choice at this point. I don't think the way theaters were when we were all kids, like, oh, did you see the big movie that came out this weekend? It's not like that anymore. There's other shit to do that people are talking about on the internet. Like the FOMO cycle is so quick where, Friday, the big movie could be one thing, but by Sunday night, everyone's talking about something else. So
right. And back when we were kids, if you didn't see that movie, you'd have to wait a year.
Yeah.
For it to come out
the summer
on
blockbuster
video.
Wasn't coming on video until after Christmas.
Right.
You were lucky if a movie that came out in June was on VHS or DVD by Christmas.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, it was way worse whenever I was a kid. Turtles came out.
Oh,
and
yeah.
It didn't come out for 12 months.
Well, what's interesting is that, the movies weren't bad. We all talked about really good movies out there. So it just shows you that, and I was talking about this on MSK, which he still fights me on, is that I think the whole profit system for movies is completely different than what it used to be with that whole 2.5 crap.
They do the 2.5 because they think in business you pay yourself. Like like nobody does that. That's not how it works. Like,
it seems like the movie theater thing's become more of a niche or a niche kind of thing as we go along. And I think the windows are going to get shorter and shorter. Eventually Disney will break, because right now Disney's the only real holdout on having it in long time in the theater. Like if Predator Badlands was done by Fox originally, we would have already had it on video on demand now, but we're not going to get it to like the end of January, because that's how just Disney works with their stuff.
Yeah, that's like Disney's eating it because of what happened during COVID. Disney they have prime real estate in the theaters because they owned everything, Marvel, all this other shit, and Universal and Warner Brothers were like, listen, we're not getting screen space because you're putting fucking Avengers on 6 out of 10 screens. And they tried their best to wiggle out of these arrangements that they had. And thanks to COVID, the theaters were like up against the wall. So they let Universal and Warner Brothers work out a 17 and 45-day schedule, but Disney stuck to theirs. Sometimes their stuff is the least a Disney movie can be in a theater is at least 90 days. And that's like short for them because Disney, they have something of a monopoly because of, they're owning everything. And COVID really exploited a couple of things.
Justin Gray says, is there a way theaters could make a comeback by extending the home release dates? TV has gone back to week instead of binge releases. Well, I mean, regular cable TV has usually been week to week, like, and then they would take a break and then come back. You have sweeps that happen.
You know what Justin means, though? Like, it used to be like a whole season would drop at once and then everyone could like binge it. Now it's gone back to most shows are going like one episode per week. Even
when they're on streaming.
Well, yeah. So essentially, just to say, like, what if you went back to the way it was, where it's like you're not going to see the movie for 6 months after its theatrical release. Would that change it for theaters? I don't think it will, because I think that when I look at the theater experience, there's more cons than there are positives. Like, it really, there's not as many films where I'm like, I really wish I would have seen this in theaters. The costs are through the roof. And also, too, it's just not always the best experience to go to a theater and to sit down like it used to be. It's lost a certain aura around it, if you will. I just don't think it can be saved. I don't see how you save it unless you're dropping film price or the prices. But even then, I just think it's just ran its course.
The home technology has gotten to the point where why would you want to go anywhere?
Because of IMAX. If I can go ahead and white knight the theater experience, I think it is. I don't know if there's any going back. First off, the studios, they have to love this model because they get to split the proceeds. They have
no incentive to help the theaters out.
Yeah.
None.
Yeah.
Right. And you made
the theaters have no pull on it. But I think the theaters do have options, and they're looking into it a bunch of different ways. They are looking into like second screen things, more event things. But man, the studios are just raking it in with that whole kind of, prior to actually streaming it, they get the VOD market, and they don't have to split that with anybody. And it's just raking it in. And I don't know, they kind of get best of both worlds, but events, man, they're where it's at.
Charles made a really good point too, and especially if Warner gets sucked up by Netflix, like they have no reason to put anything out in the theater, because why would you want 60% of something you own 100% of? There's absolutely no reason. And they were like literally the only freaking company that really made money this year.
The one studio, if you're really a white knight and champion for the theater going experience, the one studio you need to root for is Sony, because they own Alamo Drafthouse now. So they have an incentive owning Alamo. This will never happen, but if they said, the new Spider-Man movie is only at Alamo Drafthouse and it's only going to be there, you won't be able to watch it for at least 6 months. Then maybe you'll have this FOMO element where people, if they know, it's like they won't be able to watch it on VOD, they won't watch it on a streaming service, they have to go to a particular place to see it. It's got to be something good, first of all. It needs to have some sort of buzz. I don't have much confidence in that, but because Sony has a chunk of a theater chain, they have some sort of interest, some sort of investment in it doing well. But like you brought up, Netflix owning Warner is like the death knell for the theater industry.
Yeah, maybe around 2029, I think, is when a lot of these contracts come up. Even the head of Netflix said that it's stuff will change around 2029. But there's also an interesting thing too. Like, I don't know how this would work for movies, but I've noticed this in like TV. You get like a broadcaster who's like America's news broadcaster, and then they leave that channel and they go do their own thing. 9 times out of 10, they only bring a small percentage of that audience. So like if Sony comes out and says, well, we're only going to do this at Alamo Drafthouse, and it's only going to be, and you're not going to be able to see it for a year, you might just get a bunch of people who normally would go see it just to check out and say, well, I'll wait till whatever, like I'm not going to go out of my way, find an Alamo Drafthouse because Spider-Man, even though I love it, it's not that important to me. So you have a big risk when you pigeonhole this stuff into one area that people are just going to check out and say, well, then, I don't want to see it anymore. I'll just wait till whatever's coming on demand and watch that.
Dude,
so.
COVID exposed such a backdoor for theaters, because once we had the option to just not leave the house, it was like, oh, this is way better anyway. So like there was no going back. If there is any entertainment industry that just totally got railroaded during COVID, it is the theater industry. And studios were like,
hole that they exposed, there was one studio in particular that just like took super advantage of them, and that's Disney, man. Just they're the only ones that have like crazy contracts where they're just able to keep it in the theaters for the longest.
Well, they have to, because Universal and Warner being like, yeah, we can't do this anymore. Like we're not going to give you anything. You need to let us out earlier.
Yeah, and the tried old saying of, if you have something worth watching, or if you have an event, people will come, is not as big unless it's like live sports.
Yeah.
And like live, you know what I mean? Like there's also so much, to the point where people complain about the stuff that's out, right? But also there's so much other stuff that you could watch. By the time you're done watching it, guess what's already out? Guess what's there? The thing that you missed at the theater. Oh, it's here.
I hate to sound like an old grandpa, but I think Gen Z they're not as interested in going to a theater as we were when we were kids. Like they'd rather just do TikTok or whatever. Like there's so many different things what they just rather do than sit in a theater and be quiet for 2 hours.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many times I've seen a cell phone like in the aisle. I'm like, put that fucking thing down. I'm gonna kill you. You're ruining my experience.
That the advent of YouTube, TikTok, all that stuff, that's their thing, like, and you're right. And when the stupid are just outbreeding the smart at an incredible rate, and that's what you get.
Well, yeah, like growing up, what kids wanted to be was sports star, celebrity entertainer. Now it's content creator. It's just an indescript thing. Like what type of content? I don't know. I just want to be out.
See that where how the movie star name doesn't mean anything anymore.
Right.
It's like very rare. Even when like Tom Cruise is losing his draw ability, even though Maverick did well, and there is still there. But overall, like the movie, the artist's name is not nearly as big as it used to be.
Right.
And it's just Hollywood, but Hollywood's been going through all sorts of problems for a decade now, of the Weinstein exposures, COVID. I mean, the actors trying to get into like these weird hypocritical political stances. It's just there was a shine on Hollywood, and we lifted them up, and then it's kind of completely been destroyed now. And you get films like Sinners, which was made out of the Hollywood system, and it's Hollywood itself is just in a really kind of bad spot right now for credibility and for fanfare as it used to be.
Well, the thing about Sinners was the director bet on himself. Like he literally bought the rights to that too. So like you're going to need people who have talent to put their money where their mouth is and like, listen,
willing to take risk.
Yeah. Right. Don't pay me now. Listen, this is mine, but it's going to be mine. You could do it. You could put it in theaters. You can do whatever you want with it. But when all is said and done, this shit's mine. And I kind of respect that game where it's just like,
we're no longer in the golden age. We're in the brown age. The brown age of cinema. Yeah, that's it. You're right. You're right. There's I don't know. I just don't know. So many things change. Like TV industry changes, music industry changes. It might be that time that the movie industry is changing, and whatever comes next is what it's going to have to be, because you look at movies that were shoo-in billions of dollars, and then like Avatar, look at that. Like that was like shoo-in 1.5 at least.
Dude, like the convenience industry just kind of ruined everything. Like the fact that everyone can be a delivery guy at this point is such a wild concept. The fact that everyone could be a taxi driver at this moment.
Wall-E. We are very close to Wall-E territory.
Bring it to me. Bring it to me. Bring it to me.
So, but hey, we're gonna wrap this up. And Gray, what have you got going on the rest of this amazing week and next week coming up?
Well, I'm looking for an excuse to get out of MSK's show on Monday, but if I can't find it, I'll probably be there. There's a possibility of some more stuff going on this weekend, but you can always catch me back here each Tuesday. For,
Tuesday.
Thank God it's Tuesday, or to get.
Why is here?
Come back, we'll find out why is here. Hopefully, one day we find that out anyway. But yeah, we're kind of talking the comedy specials we've seen through the year and kind of the best ones. And I just totaled it up, and I saw a lot more than I thought. I ended up watching 73 comedy specials in 2025. So yeah, I've got some that I think are better than others. So yeah, if you want to come hear some recommendations, yeah, come over on Tuesday, and then we'll be talking about 2025 in comedy. Other than that, I don't know what else is going on. Charles, sir, what do you have going on?
Well, the hazy thing that Gray was mentioning might happen on my channel either tomorrow night or Sunday night. I'll be doing a live stream, part of the marathon thing, where just doing content for a very long time, but I'll be going bottom to top on every single movie I saw in 2025 and just discussing each one of the 120 plus odd films. And Gray will join me and kind of fill the gaps and be able to talk so that I can pee every now and again. And obviously Tuesday, I too will be a part of Ticket. And I've seen far less than 72 specials. I could say that much. So my section will be very short.
Warren?
I've got a tomorrow I'm dropping another Lunchbox Comics Spotlight video, and that's essentially a video series I'm going to be dropping every Saturday, where I go through and I put a spotlight of something that I'm reading, whether it's indie comics, manga, or Western mainstream comics. Tomorrow is going to be about Tyler Carpenter's Girl with the Mega Fist. He is an indie comics creator, probably one of the hardest working creators that I've ever seen in this business. And that's going to be a lot of fun. That'll be dropping 3:00 Western or Pacific Standard Time. Then on Monday, me and Laps will be going over DCKO #2 on our Off the Shelf show. Tuesday, I'll be going live doing a draw stream. Wednesday, I'm not sure what I'll be doing. I might just take that day off. And then Thursday, I'll be doing another draw stream. And then Friday, I'll be back here to do the Kevin Smith ranking on the last panel with all of you guys.
That's awesome. That's a lot of stuff you got going on there, brother.
I'm very busy.
I will be doing Monday with Warren, Tuesday with Gray and Charles, Friday with everybody, and I think I have something coming out for my channel for the first time in like 5 months.
Ooh.
So,
Oh yeah,
Woohoo.
yeah, I've been filming a bunch of stuff, and hopefully any of it's good. I did all the voiceover work, so just gotta film myself, which is always loads of fun. You know.
Well, hell yeah, man!
Camera loves me. What can I say?
Oh, it does. You are very photogenic.
I am, and I always know why is here. So there's that. But all right, guys, have a great weekend, and yeah,